Hey everyone, I just want to let you know that thanks to our friends over at Anchor FM, we're now able to bring you Starlost Seas on a bunch of new platforms. You can now find us on Spotify, Google Podcast, Breaker, Radio Public, and Apple Podcast. If you guys are interested in checking it out, make sure you check the description down below, and without further ado, thank you so much for the support you've been showing, and let's get into the episode.
Hi everyone, welcome to Starlost Seas. We're bullying Noah.
It's fucked up. I can't... God... God...
Stop cursing in the first minute.
We've already been demonetized. Hi, I'm Cryolane. I'm your DM. This is my party of lovely lovelies, and welcome back to Starlost Seas. Let's do this. All right. Is everybody excited for D&D? Does everybody want a long rest?
Yes!
Yeah.
Give it!
No, no.
It's dangerous.
Twink and
Long
Lotus
rests
are ready to
dangerous.
go.
You two can fight amongst yourselves if you want. I'm going to sleep.
Right. Where we last left our intrepid party, they finally got to attend to the conference dinner. It was lovely food, good company, nice music. They all got to sort of mingle for a little while. Birds almost lost their masks, but then they got a little one-on-one time with our Lashna while she helped get them back. There was some strange folk amidst the butlers serving them that night that Dolus took note of. But then, they all sort of went about their day. Socks burned his hand on some silverware, because that's why it's called that.
Stupid fork. Or was it
And then,
knife?
suddenly they were assaulted by 50 crossbowmen. And then they proceeded to violently murder 50 crossbowmen in about less than a minute.
No, some of them survived.
That's true. About, what was it, six? 6 of them survived?
Sounds about right.
Can't remember. It was either 6 or
One
7.
guy
so-
Lotus didn't kill, and then the guys that Mara poisoned.
True, Mara. 5. 5 guys. A very good burger chain. This is not
I
an
was
ad
about
for.
to.
And so I'm gonna ask you all, do you all want to do anything while you're there in that dining room and everyone is recovering?
I don't get a choice.
Well, you're knocked out. Yeah, Socks turned into a werewolf and then got his back stabbed by a silver knife from Twink, which is actually the most helpful thing Twink did for him that whole session.
Maybe the whole campaign.
It was still in the dining area. Still in the same room, I guess.
So everyone is still in the same room currently. Fagin, Matthias, and the Starlings are all sort of investigating all the dead guards up at the front, main door. All of the representatives are sort of collecting themselves in the center. A few of them are being treated for wounds from that bomb that got rolled into the middle of the crowd, but none of them seem like they have injuries that won't be able to be fixed.
Oh yeah, and I took 2 daggers, right? So I just have 2 daggers in my hands.
Yep, you just have knives that you picked up. Also, everyone in the room watched you brutally axe kick a knife through a man's ribcage.
I got pointy things.
Oh, yeah, they're
pointy.
nice. Yeah, correct. And dangerous. Probably don't hold them like that.
Twink's gonna
Wait.
approach Fagin and Matthias.
Okay, so you
Just kinda
approach them. They're just
Kind of
sort
listening.
of okay. They're just talking about how this possibly. They're not hushed voice or anything. They're just talking with the Starlings about how this could have happened and who the security is and da 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 da. And they're going over the weapon wounds. You do note that all of the wounds were apparently made by the same weapon, from what the Starlings are noticing. So it doesn't look like there were multiple arrows or a big scuffle at the front. It looks like, from what Fagin is saying, it looks like one thing killed all of them. And as you're sitting there going over, they're rolling over all of the bodies. At one point, you see Lina. So all of the guards who are out front, all the dozen of them, they're all just dead on the floor.
You had to take one of them from us, didn't you?
He was the guard at the front. He's dead. It's just how it is.
But it's not the party guy.
That was the party guy.
So
That's it. He just listens and
That's
kind
it,
of
yeah.
tags along.
Yeah. Eventually, Fagin sort of turns to you and goes, "What do you make of it?"
They look dead.
Excellent. Wonderful contribution. And he like goes back
I make an
down to his-
investigation check.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's see. That's gonna be 14.
14. You can tell from the wounds that it was a bladed weapon and smaller in width, but you can't get any read on what it might have been other than. Could have been a spear or like a rapier.
So it definitely looked like it was piercing and not slashing.
It was definitely appeared to be piercing damage. There are many piercing wounds on the bodies.
Okay.
Most of them were, from what you can gather at first glance, killed directly either by piercing to the face or right to the heart. It's very accurate wounds.
Nice.
So the other guards and the starlings start gathering everyone up and sort of like taking them all out while Fagin and Matthias turn their attention back towards the representatives and the rest of you.
Can I take these? I'm gonna take them.
No one is. You say it out loud, holding the knives up, and no one is directly looking at you or interacting with you. So you just kind of say out loud, just like, "Can I take these?" And everyone keeps milling around you.
Oh, cool. Hey, Dolus, I got permission to take these.
Yes. I mean, I don't think you really needed permission. I don't think the people who had them would miss them.
Sod in the middle starts directing the guards to take all the bodies away, and then Delane specifically starts grabbing on to the living folk and dragging them away in their little webbed cocoons.
Where's Maya?
Maya's in the group with all the other representatives being treated by the clerics. She seems okay. She definitely took some like major damage to her side. She's a little worse for wear than the rest of the representatives because she's still recovering from this morning, but she's alive.
Is Mara still a spider?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember him ever changing back.
I had to
Yeah.
ask.
So there's just a giant spider sitting near Dolus amidst your like group of Dolus and Lotus and an unconscious Socrates.
I'm gonna make spider noises at the spider.
I'll make
Oh,
them
God.
back.
Lotus just turns to Yumara, looks down at you, and with her knives turns them around so they're like little TCs, and she just goes. Mara responds to you. Neither of you understand one another because neither of you are speaking any kind of language. And then Petrin kind of comes over to the group and he's like, "Well, that was awesome. I was pretty you all did amazing."
I'm gonna make spider noises at him.
He looks at you a little disconcerted, but then he just kind of turns back to Dolus and he's like, "I understand why Sox trusts you all so thoroughly. You're all very good at what you do."
Right. Did you describe the assassination attempt on the entire dinner of the conference as awesome?
Well, no one died, so yeah, I did.
Right.
Besides, you live a few hundred years, you see a few assassination attempts. It's a thing.
Well, I'm glad I don't live that long.
Understandable. And then he like turns to Fagin, Matthias, and Twink as they walk up, and he goes, "So, 3 times in one day. We're off to a great start." And then you hear this big booming. The entire group turns and Sodden is there, and he's put back on his big shoulders back, hands folded in front of him demeanor, and he goes, I would like to formally apologize to all those who attend this conference. Our security has been poor. I assure you, we shall improve measures. And for the time being, I ask that you all return to your assigned dormitory. You will be escorted by our guards. What was that, Twink?
I said, I wish he would have died. Just kind of whisper it. No way he hears it. Fagin and Matthias and Petra definitely heard it.
I was gonna say, I'm like, he didn't hear it, but the three of them around you all definitely heard it. And Petrin kind of snickers.
That's my boy.
Yes.
What should we do about just pointing at Socks, who's probably face down on the ground?
Yeah,
he's right now.
Face down on the ground, just face smushed into the floor. Like his robes are all like the robe is fine, but all the clothes underneath are all like ripped and
The
torn.
robe's off.
And he's got a big like gash in the back from where the silver stabbed him, but it's quickly healing up.
Drag him back to his room, I suppose.
Lotus is gonna skip over. And then she's just gonna grab both of his arms and just start dragging him like that.
Just
Hell yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna web his legs so we're like holding him up on both sides.
The entire conference room kind of watches as this little bird girl picks him up, and then the spider webs him and stands as tall as it can, and they kind of swing him like a hammock as he walks out.
I was about to say, it's hammock Socrates.
Yeah.
It's hammock Socrates.
They
I don't know why you walked away. Mara just made sure you weren't dragging across the ground.
Yeah, they all kind of watch.
Thanks, Mara.
And Sodden, he's like, we will reconvene at midday tomorrow to go over the events of this day. This very, very long day. I hope you all take your morning and do whatever it is you choose to do. All of Shadesteppe is available to you if you would like guard escorts anywhere. Delane will happily arrange them for you. And then he just kind of turns like back to the prime ministers as they're talking about everything.
All right, well, I guess it's time to go back. He starts. Twink just starts walking back.
Wait, Twink.
What?
Come on.
What?
I need to talk to you. I want to
Did you
talk to
just
you
tell
about things.
Socrates to come on? I don't think he's going anywhere.
Lapston spider.
I have a thingy that I want to show you when we get back.
All right.
Yeah.
Your hands are
Yeah.
full. We'll wait till we get back.
Literally.
As you guys start going, Fagin kind of like stops you for a second. Twiggy goes, do you want an escort? Clearly you can handle yourself, but Starling at your side.
All right. No, that's okay. I saw them. I'll be all right.
He kind of like full bite. He's like, yes, it's wasn't our most shining moment.
You ever have those?
Well, I'd like to say I did fine. Let's put it this way. There's a reason, even though I am the most recent addition to the Empire's army, I am in charge.
I see.
He goes, don't tell them, though.
Wow, they suck.
He kind of just chuckles. Matthias in the back just goes,
I like Matthias a lot. No, we'll be fine. I appreciate the sentiment, though.
and kind of just nods. He goes, course. On the morrow, then. And he turns back to the starlings, and you, as you walk away, you see him giving them very stern feedback on what just happened.
Constructive criticism.
Yep. So you're all
Dolores
just
was kind of just like doing something on the side, and then he goes to like join the group, and then as he turns around, he sees how Lotus and Mara are carrying socks, and he's like, I didn't mean literally. And then he just regroups.
all right. So the whole group's going back to the apartment.
On the way back, Lotus is gonna tell Dolus how Socks and Twink aren't related, but Socks and Mara, because they're both tall with elf ears, are probably related.
Yes.
With
Yes.
beards.
Yeah, they do both have beards.
So Lotus gives you this full description of what is most likely in her mind Socks and Mara's family tree, and that Twink is a smaller tree off to the side of the family tree. And the whole time, Mara, you understand all of this. But if you choose to say anything about it, you are a spider. So you just listen as she gives this very, very incorrect description of your relation to Socrates.
Incorrect.
Correct.
Dolus, who has weeks ago figured out that Twink and Socks aren't related, he's just like playing along. He's like, "Oh, really? I didn't. Oh, I understand." But then she gets to the part with Mara and Socks, and he's actually like, "Really? Oh, makes sense."
Perfect.
God.
Not even the same race of elf.
I'm just like shaking my spider head.
Shaking the spider head. You make Socks' feet wiggle back and forth as you shake your spider head. All right. Everybody makes it back to the apartment just fine. No one stops you. There are guards stationed out front as per usual. Lotus, Mara, Spider, are you gonna put Socks in a bed, or are you just gonna drop in the living room? I have to know. Don't give me that look.
Guys,
I gotta
you
know.
you should put him in the bed there. Put him in here. Put him in the bed.
Okay. I was gonna put it on the couch, but okay.
It leans down to the spider. Goes, "Hey, Mara, before you turn back into Mara, you should totally web him up so he can't move when he wakes up."
Hmm.
All right. I'll be out here waiting. And he walks back out there.
I'm tired of this backhanded helping.
You get him up into the bed just fine. He's laid there on top of the sheets and everything.
I'll web him.
Mara webs him up. He's asleep, so it's not difficult at all for you to just web all of his limbs to his body.
In the meantime, Lotus, when she drops off Socks, is gonna go to her room, gonna
Mhm.
look through her bag, and she's gonna pull out the blueprint of the musket,
Okay.
and then she's gonna zoom towards Twink.
As you go into your room to go into your bag, you discover shoes sleeping on top of the pile of books that was brought there earlier.
Hi, kitty. Hello. I'm taking you with me.
Okay.
Scoop her up.
She makes the saddest little, like, you're waking her up from a nap meow as you pick her up. Just like, you pick her up and take her along.
That is that for me?
Yes.
All right. You can grab it.
I guess I didn't close the bedroom door. I was like, wait a minute, I closed the door before I left.
Nope.
I did not. I
Cat
closed the
had
front
full
door.
roam of the apartment.
Good for her.
All right. Twink's gonna take a look at this piece of paper.
Okay. Twink, you take a look at the piece of paper. It is a fantastic, like, blueprint design drawing of a musket, of a hypothetical musket. So it's like a prototype to what the Shadesteppe military currently uses.
Yeah, and I'm looking at it and I go, oh dear, this will never work.
For a gun?
No, not this.
Can you make it work?
Are you asking me to make you a gun?
Yes.
Should I have to ask your brother first?
No.
Lotus.
Twink.
What do we say?
Please.
Hell yeah. But it's not going to be this one.
Oh, is it gonna be long like it?
I don't know.
I want to
We'll
be
see.
able to smack people with it.
Do you know what the purpose of a gun is, right?
It goes pew.
So you don't have to smack people.
Okay, but what if it could smack people? Like I've seen them have to like put a thingy into it, and then they shoot, and they have to put more thingies into it. But then like, why can't I just shoot and then use it to beat someone? You know?
I don't think you need it because you do a great job of that already. But sure. Also, be careful. The cat's still in your hand.
Oh, dude, you're right.
Yeah, you're wiggling shoes around.
Stan's shoes are losing today.
Shoes is not having a great time.
I couldn't tell if that "oh shit, you're right" was Ray or Lotus.
Want to bop people and I want to shoot them and I want to date it. And she's
Yeah,
just
they
sitting there like, and she's being held like this, so she's just like,
When Lotus walks away, I want to take a look at the other side of the piece of paper.
okay. You take a look at the other side of the piece of paper, and as soon as you turn it over, you recognize this really intricate design for a rapid fire ship cannon. It's got a bunch of notes on it that seem to indicate some part of the design was not functioning in test. But yeah, it looks almost like a cross between like a revolver and a cannon.
I'm gonna kind of like slide it into my notebook where I have all my drawings, just so I can keep it.
Okay. Easy peasy. All right. Anything else you all would like to do in the late hours, Dolus?
I was gonna say, as that was happening, Dolus just went immediately to his room when he got there. Took off the robes that he was on. He put on his normal clothes, minus like the jacket, and he took the book off of the stack after Lotus took
the cat.
the cat away. Took the book that we recognized was Raiden's notebook, and he's gonna just sit like on his bed and start reading before he goes to bed.
Okay. Are you just gonna start at the beginning?
Mhm.
Okay. So the very first entry is about Raiden when he was about a year into his adventuring. He talks about it. He says he picked up the book in Shadesteppe, and that he is currently there with his friend Fairmont, and that the two of them are looking to get a boat to Euboea. That's pretty much it. He just talks about the sights, all sights similar to what you've seen, how the sun sets pretty and it always looks like twilight. And the city is kind of racist, but otherwise beautiful.
Dolus, as he's gonna read until Lotus comes back into the room, and he's just gonna turn to her. He like holds the book up and he's like, Lotus, would it be all right if I read this through and I can tell you all about the stories?
Okay.
Right.
I have 2 other books to read, so.
Good. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, you read your thing before the two of you get all set for bed. Mara finishes webbing up socks in no time at all and scutters out to the living room where it's just Twink now. Anything else?
Lotus is also going to change back into her normal clothes, and she's going to take the rest of the evening to just draw and actually try and get better at drawing.
Okay. Yeah. Right ahead. Doodling in your book. All quiet. All quiet on the Western Front. You all...
Also, Instead of being on her bed, she's going to like cuddle up to Dolus' side.
Aww. Yeah, and so with that, you all go to bed, and for the first time in a very, very long day, you have a good rest. A good long rest. You can hit the button. You have a long rest.
Oh, it's so nice to see all these fucking boxes not filled out.
Feels good.
Bless.
So, Twink is the first to awaken in the morning. Twink, where you going?
I'm just gonna tiptoe on out of the apartment and head on down to the forge.
Got it. So Twink heads out before anyone else wakes up, completely out of the Royal Promenade and off down into the city. While he does that, I'm going to say the next person to wake up is going to be Mara. You wake up, not a spider.
What'll I do? I'll head wherever I think I can smell food.
Okay, so you head out. There's no food going on in your immediate areas. You check out like the kitchen of the apartment. It's stocked with lots of fruits, lots of vegetables. There's no meats or anything. There's a good array of spices. So if you want to make something, it's all there.
I'll do that.
All right. Mara starts cooking. And so Dolus, Lotus, you would both wake up about the same time since you're in the bed together. So as one of you stirs, you kind of nudge the other, and you're met by the smell of fruits and vegetables kind of searing out in the living room.
Wallace is just gonna grab his like robe, just throw it over himself, and walk out into the living room.
Big stretch.
And like
And-
as he's walking out, he takes a step out, leans back in. Don't forget your mask. He closes the door.
Okay.
Shoes is asleep, like bundled up next to your neck.
Lotus is gonna turn and then go back to sleep.
Nice. All right, yeah. So Mara, you watch as Dolus walks out to you as you're like searing a bunch of vegetables in a pan on a little fire top.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. What are you doing?
Making food. Are y'all hungry?
Well, I didn't eat much at the dinner, so it is much appreciated.
How about you, Lotus? Wait, is Lotus there?
No, it's Lotus stayed
Oh, okay, never mind.
to sleep in the bed.
There is.
I guess I'll ask if like Lotus would want anything to you.
Oh, most definitely.
All right.
Mara,
Make us a
with
nice omelet.
with your perception as you go into the little ice box to grab the eggs, you notice like a solid stack of three little like woven baskets in there.
I'll grab them.
Okay, so you pull them all out. So as you pull them out and pop one open to see what's in it, it's leftovers from the dinner last night. Because you had the to-go boxes. There's these neat little woven baskets that you open them up and they kind of pop open and it's food that you didn't eat.
Magic to-go boxes.
I'll put them to like next to where the food is being made and just like finish what I'm doing.
There you go. You
So
make
I'm
some
already in the
good
middle of stuff.
veggie omelets. Mara, give me 1 second. Checking a thing. Yeah, you're able to make a fine breakfast with your knowledge of making yourself food all the time while you were wandering and everything. So Dolus, Mara makes you breakfast.
As Mara's finishing up, I'm like, and what of Twink and Socrates?
Well, whenever Socks wakes up, he's gonna have a little surprise on his hand. I webbed him up a little bit.
You what?
I gave him a little web blanket to keep him warm.
I'm gonna walk over to Twink and Socks' room.
Okay.
Just open the door and I see
are you gonna-
Sock laying there.
You
I'll
open the
leave it
door,
in.
and Socks had woken up about 5 minutes prior, and he's all webbed up. Socks, for the last few minutes, you've been trying desperately to move, and you cannot.
I'm gonna fucking kill him. I'm going to.
And Socks see me.
If the door
Socks is
just
in
opened,
bed, like on a pillow, so he can see
Oh,
you
okay.
open the door.
Dolus,
Yeah.
please help.
He's just
Right. Dolus pulls out his dagger and starts like cutting the webs off.
Yeah, you cut Socks loose in about 3 minutes.
and I sense my webs being broken.
No, you can't.
No.
You got spidey sense.
You start cutting through, and you have to be careful to not nick Socks as you cut through. It's surprisingly tough webbing since it's from such a big spider.
Mhm.
But yeah, in about 3 minutes you get him cut loose. Socks, you're still covered in sticky stuff,
And my tattered clothes.
and your tattered clothes.
Dolus, like right when he's finished, like getting him loose, puts his dagger away and turns around. He's just like, my breakfast is getting cold. He just leaves.
Good talk. I guess. And Socks just kind of like arms out, like just kind of not willing to have any part of his body touch any other part. And he's like, and he just immediately is just like, oh, for fuck's sake. I need to find a fucking shower here. And Socks grabs all of his like proper clothes and just walks out of the room and goes to look for a bath.
Okay. You can find the washroom really easy. There's just like a basic attached washroom.
Okay,
With,
cool.
like-
So it's still in the apartment.
Yeah, there's like a burner and like a metal bucket and a water spigot and a little drain and everything. So you just clean yourself up.
Yeah, I do.
Dolus, as he goes back to eat his breakfast, he sits down with a sigh. He's like, as soon as he's about to start eating, he looks back up. He gets back up and walks over to the room and looks in to see if Twink is in his bed.
Yeah, you open the door and the bed's empty. The hasn't been made or anything. Blankets like thrown off to the foot of the bed. It's just empty.
Well, Twink has left. I say Tamara in the room.
Eating like
Eaten. Yeah, so as you're all eating there and everything, you suddenly hear a thing from the fourth door that is not Mara's room or the bird's room or Jarl room. The door opens and it's Lorelei in just like a nightgown, like, "Ah! I smelled eggs."
Forgot you were rooming with us.
Mara made breakfast.
How
Yeah,
many did you
there's-
make it for?
3.
She kind of nods. She goes, "Okay." And she grabs everything, and then she like opens the ice box and reaches in and pulls out like a bottle of alcohol and closes it and goes, "All right, if you need me, I have company." And then she closes the door behind her. She goes back into the bedroom.
Dolus is gonna get up and walk back to his room to wake up Lotus. I just go in, I close the door, and I grab her mask off of like the little nightstand, and I just push it onto her face. Breakfast.
Okay.
Now.
Okay.
Dolus walks out of the room.
Lotus could actually get up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
yeah.
bringing shoes with her.
Aw. So yeah, you get up and go out there, and there's a plate of eggs still left. Nice little veggie omelet. The moment Shoes realizes there's food in the room, just starts meowing and meowing and meowing and like running in little circles around your feet. Looking up at you, just
I'm gonna,
Oh my god.
I'm gonna walk over to the table. I'm gonna take a little bit of egg. Can cats eat this? I'm sure it's fine. And she's gonna put some on, like, slowly feed her.
whether or not it's good for her, Shoes immediately just starts shoveling it all into her face. There is no slowly feeding her. If you try to be slow, she will bite your fingers.
Like father, like daughter.
Does she do the
Yeah, she does the like angry meowing as she nibbles on it. She's very hungry. She's been alone for like 12 hours without food.
I love her.
And Socks,
Uh-oh.
you finish up your washing, I'd imagine about halfway through them eating. So unless you have
Yeah.
anything you're doing in the washroom, you'd
Like as Socks is finishing up, he actually kind of inspects over his body because transformations, they hurt a little bit.
Mhm.
And he checks where Twink stabbed him.
You don't feel anything there on your skin. You can't see it from the angle you're at, and there's no mirror in there, but you don't feel any difference.
Okay. And he just kind of goes, "This is the first time I've ever been stabbed with silver. That was not pleasant." And he turns, he finishes up and then heads out, just kind of in a towel because he realizes that, in a towel just because he needs to go back into his room and dry off and get properly dressed.
So yeah, you come out as Shoes is gnawing apart an egg and everybody's having breakfast. You all just kind of watch Socks step out in just a towel wrapped around his waist.
He goes,
Lotus?
Hmm?
Lotus has moved her wings so that they're like here.
a divider.
Yeah. So that Mara can't see her face when she's eating.
Oh, smart.
Clever. Then he just
Clever.
kind of turns over to everyone and is just like, "Good morning."
Morning.
You're muted, Kay.
Put some clothes on, please.
Lotus is just eating.
Right, I was getting to that. I want to know if and he just goes, "What's for breakfast?" as he walks back into the bedroom.
Leftovers from last night.
Oh, did they brought the roast?
Dolus turns to Mara. Did they bring the roast?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, thank the gods. Okay. And he's kind of like shuffling on his pants and pretty much the entire lower half of his body, and puts on his shirt, but doesn't really put on anything else nor even button it up because he was probably hot in that fucking web all night, so he's just kind of letting air breathe.
Fair.
And so he kind of comes out like just unbuttoned shirt, and he's like, "Where is it?"
Lotus
Oh.
drops a little bit of egg onto the floor for Shoes.
Oh, she loves
Dolus
those.
points over towards the icebox, and then he looks over to Sock, sees his shirt unbuttoned. He's like, "Oh, you were so close."
So it's like, I spent all night in the web. Let my skin breathe a little bit. And he opens up the icebox and pulls out, he checks no wait, Mara put those like next to what he was cooking. What didn't he?
Yeah, they're on the counter.
Yeah, and so he kind of checks the 3 baskets real quick.
Okay, there's one with roast. Like there's just like roast and potatoes and various miscellaneous leftovers from the main course that wasn't eaten by people.
And is Mara done? Yeah, Mara's done cooking now.
Mm-hmm. There's just
Socks,
an empty burner there.
Socks just immediately like gets to work on warming it back up.
Okay, you just toss a bunch of the leftovers into one of the pans and you start cooking it. It's not hard. Luckily, the burner is made to start really easily with like a little starter on the bottom.
As he's kind of working on it, he like kind of talks without turning him back around and just goes, "Aren't we supposed to check on?" No, wait. Does Socks know that about Lorelei wanting us to check the wreckage of the Borderlace?
No, he wasn't there for that.
Yeah.
Who
So
was?
Socks just.
Who was there for that?
Mara was there. Dolus was there. Twink was there.
Okay.
And Socks goes, "So, we're gonna have to find a new boat, huh?"
Yes, I believe that the Shadesteppe government might have that covered because Dulles remembers like he was there, like near kind of Twink and Lorelei when they were having that conversation. It's like more importantly, we need to search around our old boat. Lorelei wants us to search for the wreckage, see if there's anything salvageable.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I am still concerned about the whereabouts of Walk, though.
Right.
Hope of all things we don't find him.
I feel the same way.
All of a sudden, the fourth door, swings open again, and Lorelei comes out, and her hair is like even more disheveled, and she's like, "I heard talk about my boat."
Yes,
You look
we
like-
were talking about how going back to it to check the wreckage, as you told us.
All right. Perfect. Good. You can. She points at Mara. She's like, "You can turn into a fish, right?"
Yeah.
All right. Fantastic. Good. Do you?
Are you okay, Lorelei?
Oh, I'm great. she kind of like takes a deep breath and she's like, "Yes. No. Twink is at the Artificers Guild. If you need him. He had something for the little one," and she like points it at Lotus.
Yeah?
Yes, he's also doing some sort of presentation as his admiral. I was planning on being there, but we'll see. I might
Presentation.
be preoccupied.
Preoccupied.
Yes, something with the prime ministers.
Right.
And then she kind of like nods. She goes, "Socrates, can you hand me any extra food that you've got back there? Oh, and a glass."
Sure. And he just kind of takes the rest of the cold stuff that he didn't prepare and just hands off the baskets.
She just grabs the baskets and everything, and she goes, "All right, fantastic, thank you." And she goes back into the room. The door just closes.
Sasha just kind of looks at everyone as he starts preparing his plate. That was odd, right?
No, I don't think so.
She doesn't. He turns to Mara specifically. You don't think she has,
What?
Never mind.
Are you
It's
alright?
not-
Finish your sentence. Come on.
Mara,
Leave us hanging.
you don't
Yeah?
think she has some of the Westwood folk with her, do you?
I bet I could sneak in.
You know, you can do that if you want. I'm going to enjoy my breakfast. Don't tell me anything if you decide to do so.
What's happening?
Nothing! Like, Socks just immediately gets really rigid. Absolutely nothing.
Always having some fun.
Yeah! Yeah, that's right. Socks just immediately is just, like, turning to his food.
Well, anyways, yesterday was an eventful
Fun?
day, to say the least. Fun wouldn't be the word I would use to describe it.
Yeah.
There was an attempted assassination multiple times. Our friend got kidnapped. We learned there are clones of us around the world. Did I miss anything?
Walk is missing.
Walk is missing. I
We had
killed myself.
That's phrasing. And Socks kind of sits back and thinks for a second before really going on about this. And Petron thinks Fagin may have killed the Emperor.
What?
He pulled me aside during dinner last night. And whatever story Fagin told when we were on trial, or whatever you want to call it, wasn't true.
Interesting that he would choose his cover-up story to be that of an Aarakocra.
I wouldn't jump to any conclusions so hastily, but it is definitely something we need to be aware of.
But it's weird. Wasn't he the one that said it didn't look like either one of us?
It was. That's why it's very odd that his story appeared to not be true. I intend to talk to Petron a bit today and see what else I can find out.
Or maybe we're misinterpreting. Maybe the part of his story that wasn't true was the fact that it didn't look like us.
It's possible. But I don't see how, the other Lotus could be both at the docks and assassinating the Emperor at the same time.
Well, we saw them jumping through portals.
I suppose that's true.
And as per Fagin's description, he apparently saw the Aarakocra just appear. Correct?
Both different clothes.
It would take a lot of effort to cause all that change, but I suppose the best we can do is have a conversation with Petron, do what we can with the boat, and just breathe for a day. We had a long one yesterday, and there's a lot to unpack. It's best we not overdo it.
Didn't what's his name want to see everybody midday today?
Sodden? I wouldn't know. Had to think
Unless
about that
I
for a
am-
second.
Unless I am obligated to come, I don't really feel like meeting to his requests.
Okay.
So she kind of leans back. He's like, "Oh, you two," and he points at Socks and Lotus. "We saw Harmon and Eggold in the infirmary yesterday. Eggold is fine. Harmon is, seems he's paralyzed."
Oh.
That mad
Lotus,
old man.
I'm pretty sure this is the first time you've heard that Eggold isn't dead. No. That's
No,
right. No,
yeah,
Dolus explained
said
it last episode.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They mentioned
Yeah.
the map, Eggold. gave to him.
Socks goes, that crazy old man. How bad is it?
He's paralyzed. He
Yes, I
can't
meant how much of his body.
legs.
Right. Do I remember if Harmon took his gun? No, that was something that was said in the hospital bed.
Mm-hmm.
And Sasha just goes, I suppose we should visit them today as well, and regroup a bit today, and hopefully we'll get a little more information on getting another boat so we could head toward Yubua. Assuming nothing else goes horribly wrong while we're here.
Well, do you not plan to stay for the entire conference?
I suppose we do, but it'd be nice to know that we have a way to leave afterward.
Right. Well, Dolus gets up. He's just like, shall we go watch Twink's performance at the guild first?
suppose
Lotus is
so.
gonna scrape.
That sounds like fun.
Lotus is gonna scrape her leftovers for shoes.
Do any of you know how to
Gone
get
on
to the
it.
guild?
Not a clue, but I'm sure that I could either track down Petron or Granny, and we would be able to get a little bit of guidance.
One of the guards will know. They're everywhere around here, probably, after the assassinations.
Sounds about right. So, I suppose we should go see Twink do what Twink does best. Other than causing me minor inconveniences.
All right, you'll finish breakfast and everything. Socks has all of his clothes on, etc., etc. As you're all getting ready to leave and all finally wrapped up, Lorelai comes out this time actually like in her typical wear, but without her big coat and her hat. So like the fluffy pirate shirt and her red like vest and top over it. She goes, "All right. Good morning.
How you feeling?
I feel fantastic."
Right?
She like opens the door a bit and leads back in. She goes, "Feel free to head out whenever." And she closes the door and she goes, "All right.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Are we heading off?"
Oh my god, Fina's getting married. Like, it hits Socks immediately.
Why is that what triggered that? I mean, I know
Don't-
why that's what triggered that.
Yeah, just immediately it's like, oh my god, Fina's getting married.
Who?
Childhood friend.
Oh, congratulations.
Great.
her.
Great.
Are you,
It's
are you the
just-
best man?
No, and in fact, I'm supposed to know who she's marrying, but I don't.
That's
Well,
kind of
something
important.
something about she sent a letter to Petron, and said it was a childhood friend, but Fina and Petron were really my only friends growing up. So, like a mutual best. I'm not sure. And anyway, the presentation, like, Socks kind of seems out of his wits bringing all that up.
Okay, anyways.
Lorelai's just kind of really confusedly putting guns in the holsters on the side of her like chest. She just goes, "Okay, well, whatever you've got going on, I hope it works out." And then she just like pats you as she walks past.
Thank you. And Socks kind of Socks puts down the last little bit of his food for shoes and just goes, "I promise we'll probably be back faster this time, and hopefully less bloody."
She's a cat. She is eating the food.
I know. And he just kind of scratches her head real quick and then starts heading toward the door.
Okay, yeah. You all head out. Immediately,
Taking her
you
with
Do you pick shoes up after Socks walks away? Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
There's no way he doesn't notice that.
You're walking out the door.
I'm putting her in my vest.
Yeah, so you pop her in your little chest pocket, and she's still got a clump of egg in her mouth that she's like,
Lotus, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Why do you have shoes?
None of your business.
It's my cat. I believe it is my business.
Well, you're just gonna leave her here.
Because that's where she's safe. We got attacked 3 separate times yesterday.
Yes, and the king was assassinated. Do you think somebody could assassinate her? You know?
There's a point.
Exactly.
No, she does not, Mara. She's not the emperor of a country. She's my cat.
Are you saying your cat is less important than the emperor of a country?
Yeah, what the fuck, dude?
I'm saying I don't think anyone would target her.
Right. Well, I have an idea. I think I know someone who would love to play with shoes. May I see her for a second, Lotus?
What are you doing?
Lotus kind of takes off his glove.
What are
Kylie,
no,
would you like to play with
Lotus,
the cat?
you do
The
not
cat
send her
vanishes
to
in
the
a flash
genie.
of
No!
green light. There's just a little.
Did you
She's
just
gone.
send her to play with the crazy genie that showed up yesterday?
It's not crazy.
Yeah, she seemed fine.
Yeah, she's harmless to small creatures.
Oh, it just keeps getting whatever. Like he just picks up his face, like he's absolutely just out of his mind.
Considering the circumstances, this is the safest place.
It better be.
You all Lorelai's at the door, and she's like, "What the hell is taking so long? I'm an admiral. I'm supposed to be representing things and officialness."
Right, to the performance.
Lorelai, in the time that you were having the cat discussion, asked one of the guards how to get to the Artificer Guild.
My cat.
Be safe there.
Yeah, I guess. All right. Well, yeah, we're going. We're leaving.
Why are you so angry? It's very moody.
I read this thing called hormones or something. Maybe he's, like a cycle.
He might be going
Sucks
through
just-
that.
Sucks
Yeah.
just slowly turns around to look at them while he's walking.
How?
Are you on your
He's like-
cycle?
No. You took my cat. I was stabbed with silver yesterday. A lot's happened.
I think he's hiding it.
Hmm.
You can be honest with us.
He just kind of looks at Lotus. He's just like,
What?
of all of them, I thought you were the good one.
Don't assume.
All right. Any other specific conversations
Nope.
you want to have while you're making your way to the guild? Yeah. No, it's a nice walk. It's like a few blocks out into the western wing of Shadesteppe as a whole, because it's sort of a half circle for Shadesteppe for Minori specifically. I forget that we're in the city. Yeah, in Minori, it's sort of a half circle heading outward away from the Royal Promenade, and so it's off to the west, down a little, easy to get to. And so as you go, you pass through various residential districts and everything, and then everything starts to get a little rougher. All of the stone seems to be a bit more worn, and you start seeing less residences and a couple of shops, and then even the shops start to get replaced by workshops and weavers and all sorts of things. And this entire area, and Socks, you would sort of know this. You didn't spend a lot of your time here when you were here, but this entire area is the guild corner of Shadesteppe. Every single guild has their headquarters somewhere here in this section of the city.
Is that one shop here where we tore up the floor?
No, that's out on the promenade.
Oh, thank God.
We're never going to that shop again.
Nope.
Wait,
Yeah.
I need that obsidian sword. Fuck!
So yeah,
Anyway.
after I'd say like 5 minutes of walking through the guild area, you come across this huge building, just absolutely gigantic. And it's this sort of, the whole front is open. There is no proper door. But as you go in, you can see that there are all sorts of like levels and backs to it. It's very organized in and of itself, but also the open air feel of it makes it seem really accessible. And there's a lot of smoke sort of billowing out of the top, and you get the reason that that's probably why the front is the way it is for ventilation. And this is the Artificer Guild.
You know, I've only ever seen this building from afar. I didn't even know it was the guild.
Yeah. There's no one there to greet you or anything. It's not like everybody is just inside working.
Do we see Twink anywhere?
You can't see Twink from where you are. You see a couple of folks. There's one woman who seems to be sort of navigating everything around, but she's not like stopping as she goes from place to place.
Socks.
Let's go in.
Yeah. Socks walks over to try and, cut the lady off for a second.
Okay.
Excuse me.
She turns to you. She's got these big like magnifying goggles on, and her hair is tied back into a really like loose ponytail and everything. She goes, "Oh, it's you?" She plops the goggles up on her forehead, and she's got like grime on her face except for where they were.
It's me.
Oh, it's absolutely good to see you. Oh, are you doing well after last night?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't believe I caught your name.
Oh, I am the Prime Minister of Medicine and the Prime Minister of Guilds. I cannot remember the name I gave this NPC last night.
Let's see.
I cannot. Where did they write it down? Where did they write it?
Socks just kind of extends his hand out and is like, Socrates.
Call me Madame Evea. He's gonna introduce her by her last name. Bam.
A pleasure, ma'am. So we're here to see Twink's presentation.
Oh yes, of course he was presenting to the ministers later today. I offered him a personnel forge in the back. I did not know he had invited you all. And at this point, Lorelai speaks up in the back. She goes, "He didn't."
Thank you,
And Lorelai
Lorelai.
walks in. She goes, "This is really nice. So this is where you make all of your advanced weaponry and tech, right?" And like Lorelai's like eyeing all of the various people working. Madame Auvert's like, "Well, yes, this is where we make. I mean, it's a lot more than that, but yes, we do make weaponry and technology, huh?" Laura goes, "Awesome. I'm gonna mingle. I'm gonna see if I can network or anything. You guys have fun. Go talk to Twink." She like walks off to one of the people she sees working on something.
And Socks kind of turns his attention back to Madame Auvert and goes, Madam, is Twink already here, or is he, gathering
Oh, he has
supplies?"
been here for hours now. He is working very hard in the back.
Okay. If you wouldn't mind, and then I have a question for you. And Socks kind of pulls his book out as they start walking after her, I assume.
Mm-hmm. She starts leading you towards the back.
Yeah.
So it's this sort of crisscross through a bunch of workbenches and small forges and burners in the front. There's lots of, imagine a workshop like the kind you'd go to if you're getting like your car worked on, but obviously Bars aren't there. There's just tools, things scattered all over, buckets of nails and various oils and all sorts of things. None of you really recognize any of it. And then as you get further back, you start getting into magical runes and these interesting scrolls and things laid out as you watch artificers go from hammering to casting on these objects as she takes you towards one of the back rooms. And Socks, what are you showing her?
He's flipping through one of the Blood Hunter books and goes, I have recently picked up an interest in alchemy, and I was wondering if maybe I could buy some materials off of you. I've heard artificers tend to be fairly adept at those things, and I wouldn't really know where to find the materials.
Oh, yes, of course. We have a few alchemists here. They all work towards the back. After you see your representative, I'm sure they would be fine to work with you. We have a few tools that we don't sell them. We outsource from a shop down the road, but they would be able to get that.
Absolutely. That would be fantastic. Thank you. And he kind of closes the book and puts it back in his bag.
Okay.
And follows along to Twink's station.
Yeah,
wherever it may be.
she gets back to these big, like, shuttered sliding doors, and you hear this heavy tinking and hammering and noises behind it. You hear a very familiar voice shouting all sorts of things in a multitude of different languages, actually. And as Madame Auvert opens the doors, it is this big, beautiful, gorgeous forge in the center of this big open room that has these shutters that are open at the top to let all of the smoke out and the light in. And there's a larger man. He's like a solid 9 feet tall, grabbing things off of a shelf and organizing it all in his hands. And then there's another gnome that you don't recognize, actually running around towards the bottom, sweeping things up and grabbing little things off the floor. And directing both of them in the middle of it as he tinkers away at something on the side of the forge is Twink, with some goggles on his face turned down and his guild jacket on to protect his arms.
And
Socks
kind of takes a moment to kind of take in the whole scene, because he's never really seen Twink work before. He's only kind of seen him, inspect stuff and kind of tweak things here and there. And he just goes, wow. This is... wow.
Are we like audible? Like is it too loud in the room?
Definitely too loud.
Cool.
Too loud. He would not be able to hear you.
Dolus is gonna walk over to Twink. He's not gonna get right up onto him, but he's like gonna stay a safe distance away from like what he's doing. Twink.
Gorbo, I need that metal tampered here in about 30 seconds. You got that? You on? I need that other piece of metal over there. It needs to be cooled. You got 55 seconds. Let's go.
The big guy starts just grabbing a bunch of metal and putting it into the forge and pumping a big pump on the side of the wall, while the smaller gnome, she grabs some tongs and pulls some metal out and dips it into a thing. And as she goes and swings this hot metal, it's like right past Dolus. She goes, ah! She just runs past and like dips it into the oil without like saying anything.
I look up, I say, what the fuck are you doing here?
Hello.
It's dangerous. If you can't help, I need you to get out.
Okay. Dolus turns around and starts walking out of the room.
Dolus just leaves.
Damn.
He just continues hammering on the metal.
So you all sort of watch Twink, who's now sort of irate that you're there hammering away on this like block of metal that's slowly getting wider.
As I walk out, do I see is the lady who brought us there like still here?
Yeah, she's standing there with Socks and Lotus at the entrance door.
And so Dolus is just like, excuse me, when is this presentation?
Oh, it is 3 hours from now at 11.
Oh.
Just before midday, so that we have enough time to get ready for the conference at noon.
Yes, the conference at noon.
And Socks goes, maybe it's best that we leave him be for a bit.
Yes.
You hear yell out, "Hey, dipshits!
Yes.
I'll be done in about 2.5 hours. We'll do my presentation. I'll meet you guys at the hospital. Go do whatever you
Right.
need to do until then.
What
I'll
about
just
my
put that down.
gun?
Don't you worry.
Okay.
Best of luck, Twink.
The sort
don't
of
need it.
big guy pulling the bellows down is like, like he lets go of the bellow and he's like, hi.
Stop it!
Ah! He starts pumping. Madame Bear kind of closes the door and she goes, oh, see, I had thought that he had prepared for you to come assist him. I did not realize you were dropping in. Well, it's
Apologize.
not to worry. Could you find your own way back out? I can speak to the alchemists about when you return later for the presentation to set you up.
Yes, that would be fantastic, actually.
Is that way. Liz gonna start walking.
She
Is
is
she walking
correct.
now?
It is that way.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
she's
Socks-
not
Don't worry,
Mildra. She knows where to go.
Oh yeah, that's true. And Socks follows after her, and she's still kind of confused about the attitude that Lotus was giving him earlier.
As you all walk out, you pass by like Lorelei, who's going over this like really intense like flintlock mechanism with one of the artificers, and she goes, "This is shit." And he's like,
Lorelei.
"Madam, this is my craft. I assure you, it's not shit." And she like takes one of the little pinball hammers on the side and just bink, and like breaks the flint immediately. She goes, "See, it's shit. This isn't gonna hold up at all in a fight."
This is gonna keep walking. She's
Yes,
like,
I-
she's like, "Hi, Lotus."
The
Hi.
second he watches that
Bye.
snap into, he's just immediately like, oh, fuck.
Bye, everyone else. She just immediately goes back to working with this guy who's now like in tears. She's like,
This was his
Gordon
magnum
Ramsay?
opus.
I have done it. I have created the perfect tech.
It's fucking raw!
What are you, an idiot sandwich?
The adults just kinda, as they walk out, he's just like, "Do you reckon we go over to the wreckage for the next few hours?"
I was actually gonna bring that up.
Oh,
I could
Right.
shark my way down there.
Mara, how does your transformation work? I saw you were a large ape and also a large spider. Is there any limitation to what you can become?
Well, if I've seen it, I can become it.
Can you become
So-
another person?
And I don't think I can, right? It's just like not even. What about beast people? Like Aarakocra.
You cannot become them.
It's just animals.
Just animals.
Okay.
Socks kind of also corrects him. He's like, it's not any creature. At least in my knowledge, I grew up around plenty of druids. There is a limit.
Pretty much any creature, though.
So I assume the plan is to get Mara to become some aquatic creature and go into the depths.
See what he can possibly recover. And Socks kind of turns to Mara and goes, have you ever seen an octopus?
Yes, I have.
That may be better because then you could potentially recover things from the wreckage.
But you see those dangly arms, I don't know if they're gonna lift very well. Octopus aren't too strong, I'm not gonna lie.
You know?
Lois,
Yes.
I'm not very good at finding things, so can I just take a walk around? I want to do a little bit of shopping.
Would you like me to come with you?
No, it's okay.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm. I want clothes. just in case I get taller again.
Right. Well, if you need anything, you have a spoon.
Mm-hmm. Can I have an extra 25 gold?
An extra, sure.
Yeah, she has the cat. She'll be fine.
No, she doesn't.
Wait.
It's in
Did
You
the
put away the
ring.
cat? In the
It's
ring?
in the
Oh,
ring.
yeah. Oh, I forgot about that.
My
Ignore
fucking
that.
Cat. That's fine. My
Dolus
cat.
gives her 20 more gold. He gives her 25.
Okay. You got
I'll meet
25
you
more.
guys in the dock.
Right.
Be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Lotus splits off from you. Lotus, you walked past lots of shops on your way here, and you're pretty good at finding your way around. So it's not hard if you want to head back towards that sort of shopping area. Isn't the problem?
I want to buy clothes. I want to buy sweets that
You're
I
back.
can put into my pockets. I want to... If I've passed by anything that looks like a library, I want to check that out. Or like a bookstore.
Oh. Are you looking for just regular clothes that are a bit bigger than you, or are you looking for some nicer stuff?
I think I will browse, and then depending on what fits my fancy, get things like slightly bigger than me.
Okay.
Just to accommodate for when I grow, inevitably.
Lotus
Inevitably.
doesn't grow another inch for the rest of her life.
Got it. So, the candy, not hard to find. You can get like a solid, I'm gonna say, if you want to get a whole pound of candy, like a whole little bucket worth, I'm gonna say it's gonna be a single gold.
Nice. What type of candy is it?
It is taffy.
Nice. Okay, so 1 gold.
One gold for the candy, and then we're gonna go back to the rest while you begin your clothes shopping experience. All right, so socks, but no,
Yes.
Mara's not here.
It's fine. Dolus and I will talk. We'll have a nice
Socks,
conversation.
Dolus, and Mara, you're walking down to the docks. I bit my tongue.
Well, good thing you don't need to talk for this.
Yeah.
Are you okay, Mr. Lane?
I think I bit off the tip of my tongue.
Bro,
You'll be
what?
fine.
Like only a little bit, like obviously, but
How? With such force. Well,
Anyway,
I'm okay.
listen,
I'm
He'll be
okay.
fine. Yeah, we're keeping this.
Oh god, now.
There's Mara.
Okay,
Hi,
you
Pulse,
guys
we're
are
walking to the
down.
docks.
You're walking to the docks, having
Yay.
a
what is awesome
conversation.
candy?
And
So what did I miss? Anything?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Lotus
bought
said what
candy.
he wanted to buy, and
Oh,
she's
okay.
buying candy and clothes.
Bought a whole
And-
bucket of taffy.
Yeah.
And then
It's
Cryo
a
bit
s-
his tongue.
And then Cryo bit his tongue. So
Oh,
Socks,
ow.
as he's walking, goes, so, Mara,
Yeah.
those star maps.
Uh-huh.
What circle did you say that you gained your powers from?
Land.
Right. It's just odd. Usually those of the land aren't super concerned with star maps.
Hmm.
What gained your intrigue with it?
My old master.
Was he a circle of... Is it stars? It's just stars for them. Yeah. Was he a star druid?
Star Druid.
Well, yeah, there are plenty of circles when it comes to being a druid. and those of that particular
I don't know anything
circle.
about them.
And your master, what did he? Where did he figure about star maps and drawing power from them?
Well, he always just told me bedtime stories, you know? I didn't really believe him that much till now.
Right. Interesting.
Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, there are plenty of documented sources saying that some druids are just able to pull their power from the stars. And I suppose that maybe your old master had stumbled into some of those stories himself.
I don't know. Maybe. He taught me a lot about the land.
I bet he did.
Yeah. Well, he could.
What happened to him?
So, we want to go to the docks?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's.
Yeah, let's go to the docks. And I'll look at my hand as if I want to make berries, but I'm just
You shake it off real quick. Can you make a Constitution save for me real quick, Mara?
Oh yeah, true. Okay.
Is he going through withdrawal?
16.
Okay, you after shaking it off, you feel fine. There's no real effects. Just a little shaky that you kind of let it ease off and breathing. And as you guys walk out, this is a different entrance to the harbor than you've got before, because you've so far only come up and down the main walk. So you step out and you're already on the lowest level of the harbor now when you step out, and so you see all the ships around you. The effects of yesterday are still pretty apparent. Some of the docks are pretty roughed up, and all the damaged ships are sort of sitting exactly where they were. And at the very center of it all, there's the one empty dock where the mast of the Bordelaise is still sort of sticking out of the water.
As we kind of walk towards it, Dulles is gonna look to Mara and she's like, "Well, what form do you plan on taking?"
Well, the way I figured, a nice big shark. Go in there, start grabbing some stuff, spit it up to you guys. Let's pull it out. A nice big shark.
What is
Ever
that?
seen a shark?
No.
No. Watch this. I'll be like that, and then I'll go backwards into the water with style, and then turn into a reef shark.
Okay, so you all watch as Mara just kind of back into the water, and then suddenly is a Dulles, what you think is a gigantic fish, larger than you fish, that splashes into the water.
And that would be a shark.
Oh, that is. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they bite back harder than most fish would.
I'll give a big fish smile.
You watch as he just rows and rows of teeth out of the water, and he's doing little circles and kind of lackadaisically looking up at you with the black eyes that you can't tell really what they're looking at.
Dulles is gonna interesting. That is terrifying.
That's awful. And Socks Socks sits down on the edge of the dock, kind of just dangling his feet above the water, as he just kind of looks on at the wreckage.
Okay.
Well, Dulles is talking to the shark in the water. She's like, as you may recall, Lorelei wanted us to look for her magical items. They're near the. He kind of like describes like where he would be able to find it. Like,
the captain's cabin in the wall, and he gives you sort of a breakdown of it all. You get most of it. There's a bit of a sound dampening effect from part of your head being underwater.
Dolus just kind of looks at the shark, and after he's done talking, and he just kind of puts up a thumbs up.
I
And
will
Mara.
die. Oh,
Right before he
and
goes down, he
then
goes,
I'll undive.
And Mara, if you find anyone, let us know.
Then I'll die.
Episode title, Then I'll Dive.
That's what you watch as this shark goes under the water and sort of vanishes. And Mara, from your perspective, obviously you're shark, so seeing underwater, not super difficult for you, but sharks don't exactly have the best eyesight. So everything has this sort of grainy gray quality to it. Almost like, have you ever seen an ultrasound?
Yeah.
That's how you see. You see the outlines and edges of things.
Ah. Interesting.
And so as you're diving down, you can immediately make out the borderlace. It's not far underneath you, maybe like 30 feet before you start getting to the body of the ship.
Okay. I'll try to see if I can fit through like each door, possibly, hopefully.
Okay. So as you're good go, if you're going for a door, then the first door you're going to come across would be the captain's cabin on the top. And it's sort of ajar. One of the doors is like completely gone, and the other is kind of swung out. You swim in there, and it's very dark, so everything takes on an even sort of dimmer quality to it. Can you make a perception check with disadvantage?
How do you do disadvantage on this? Do you just roll twice?
Roll it. Yeah, just roll
Just roll
twice.
twice.
Okay. 12. Oh god, I almost did one. 12 and 20.
12 and 20. Oh.
Feels bad.
Then what's your plus to perception? Oh, that gets added
7.
automatically on D&D.
It adds it on
doesn't
beyond.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so you with the 12, you're not finding exact details of anything. There's lots of various stuff strewn about this room, but eventually you do take the shape of what you recognize as a spear, like laying against a corner.
I'll like grab onto it as like not tightly as I can, just like not to like hurt it or anything, and then just like try to like swim back up with it.
Okay. You swim back, and as you get to the door, it kind of bonks.
Oh, the dog thing.
It's like the dog!
You're swimming towards it, and just boom.
Oh. I'll twist sideways.
Wriggle out, and eventually you make it on like the third try or so. You finally get it out, and Dolus, Socks, you watch as the shark slowly starts reappearing in the water again, and pops out of the water with this like pitch black spear in its mouth. It does not make it onto the dock. You spit it out, and it kind of into the water and starts sinking again.
I'll go
You do
down
not
again.
have you do not have a mouth designed to spit
And I'll
things
dive.
out. And I'll die. You go down, you grab it again, and come right back up with it.
This time, Dolus reaches out to like take it.
Yes, Dolus, you reach down, you pick it up.
Oh, was this all?
I'll do
The
a
shark
nod
looks back. Little wiggly nod.
Jesus.
Interesting. Well, can you check the rest of the ship for any people or corpses?
The wiggle nod happens again, and then the shark just whoosh back down into the water.
And then I die.
and then I dive.
Pulse. I'm gonna say because there are 2 decks other than the top one. The middle deck has 3 rooms. So can you make do another investigation check or do an investigation check with disadvantage as you swim through this
I
boat.
don't like investigation.
I'm sorry.
12 again.
Another 12.
And a nat 1 for
A
2.
2.
Oh my god. Bruh.
Nat
Had to go
1
with the
as you
shark.
as you're swimming in, you immediately dive down into these stairs and bonk your nose right into a crate that's somewhat floating up in front of you, and it throws off your entire equilibrium. You are uncertain of which direction is up now.
Out of spite, I'd like to bite the crate open.
Go ahead and make a bite attack.
Wait, what's the bite attack? It's plus 4
Hell
to
yeah.
hit.
Yeah, roll the bite.
Gotta roll that 20, bud. I think.
Oh my god. 9.
Nine.
God.
Oh
13.
my God.
It's a crate. Come on.
I know. No, it's okay. It's not like it's going anywhere. Yeah, you bite into the crate just fine. I was basically just rolling to see if you nat 20 to see if you wrecked this crate. Yeah, no, you bite into this crate just fine. It now has shark teeth into it. You broke off a little wood.
Did anything come out of it?
No, not really.
No, I'll keep biting it.
Okay.
I'm gonna get this thing open.
Just roll a 20 for me. Just roll a pass fail on this for me.
All right. Hey, 15.
15. Yeah, after like 4 or 5 bites, you rip this crate open. It's full of just like these canvas pouches of stuff, and your shark nose is immediately overwhelmed by whatever's in it.
I'll grab one of the pouches and like just run as fast as I can possible up.
Okay. Make a Constitution save for me real quick. All of the
17.
rolling is going to be okay. You managed to get past the fact that it is overwhelming your entire sensory system as you swim up with this bag and you come to the surface with it in your mouth.
And then I'll
Takes
dive.
it. Sox takes it and he's like, "What the fuck is this?"
It's a bag. You gonna open it?
Yeah, I'm gonna open it.
You open it up and it is full of this wet, matted green like leaves.
Oh, great. Sox just kind of picks up one of the leaves. I think Mara found the spices.
Oh, lovely. Dolus is like sitting on the dock, like inspecting this spear, just like holding it.
It's a really nice spear. It's got these little intricate runic like carvings up and down the length of it. But otherwise it's really simple. There's not even like a wrap on it to hold.
Sox just kind of slops the bag onto the deck.
Your hand now smells really, really intensely like a kitchen spice cabinet.
Great. Yeah,
Mara,
That's
you-
great for the wolf nose.
yeah, heightened smell. Gonna
Mhm.
smell that all day.
Samara, as you go back in and you go through the ship, you do bump into, with your shark nose, 1 or 2 bodies. And so, are you gonna drag them to the surface when you find them?
Yeah, I'll just drag as many as I can.
Okay, so there's just he just finds 2 people, and as he drags them both to the surface, they're just random crew members that you guys had seen once or twice. But
Dolus is
nobody.
gonna call for a guard and like tell them like that these are corpses from the boat.
Okay, so yeah, some of the guards come over and they get together a few people and they start getting ropes in and dragging the bodies out. And they thank you.
Sox looks a little downtrodden. He's just like, "Is this our fault?"
Well, that is an interesting question because it is not our fault, but it is our fault. the other us.
I just can't help but wonder if Archibald had never cast that, could this have been avoided?
Well, yes. To put it bluntly, yes. Had he not cast that, he would not have created duplicates of us, and none of these events would have occurred. But that was out of your control. You did not tell him to cast it, nor do I think you could have stopped him from doing it, judging by how strong his magic is.
Likely not. They already have such short lives. Not too keen on the fact that we shorten them even more.
Right, well, to put it in perspective, those men probably lived longer lives than I ever will. So,
Sax goes, I've only seen in books how long Aarakocras live. Says usually around 30.
correct.
I don't think Sax knows how old Dolus is.
Well, because it was when he asked him how old he was like, I'm about as old as I look.
And Sax turns to him and goes, how old are you, Dolus?
Well, how old do I look, Socrates?
Hard to tell with the mask.
I don't think you are an expert on bird ages, so me taking it off wouldn't have much of an impact.
Who's to say? Based on how you said you took care of your sister when you two ran off, I can't assume you have more than a decade on her.
I'm 8 years closer to 9. Already about a third through my life.
Right.
And I know that you elves live for maybe 10 times as long at the minimum. But, after hearing how your friend Petron described the assassination attempt last night, I don't envy you.
You see a lot in a century. And a lot more as they go by. I envy Granny in a way, being around so long and still being so chipper.
Right.
I'm gonna ruin this moment by popping back up and turning backwards and doing like car reversal sounds of the shark to try and get them to get on me.
It's a shark, so that noise doesn't quite come through as you'd expect. It's kind of like.
Are you all right?
Do you want us to get on, or are you trying to seduce us?
I'm not getting on.
I'm gonna flap my tail and just like to motion like on.
No.
Help.
I can't breathe underwater.
Help.
No. I'm not getting in the water.
Son of a bitch. And Sock starts unbuttoning his coat and his shirt. He's like,
Oh.
takes his bag off, throws all of his top and onto the deck, and he's like, if you kill me, I swear to gods.
Laughs and shark.
Takes his shoes off, throws them on the deck and jumps in the water.
Just Snaggletooth is on it.
Yeah, you dive in the water with this shark, and all the people there are like, all the people, other the fishermen and everyone on the dock are like, what the fuck is happening?
Socks
One
goes,
of the guards who
"It's
tells
a
me get the
friend!"
dogs and everything.
Just awkwardly responds, it's a friend.
And then I'll dive.
Socks grabs grabs his dorsal fin as he starts going down.
We're gonna take a quick moment as Socks vanishes under the water from Nolus's perspective to pop over to Lotus, who's at a general store. Lotus, do you want to tell everyone what you've collected to buy?
So I've been to a few places. So I bought a bag of ball bearings, a painter's supplies, because I don't have one yet. I've just been using graphite. And I bought pocket food because I saw Twink pull out food from his pocket and it was really cool. So she wants food that lasts in the pocket.
All right. So you gather all of those various things at this one general store that's sort of like in the edge of where the guild area and the shops are all at. You walk up to the counter where there's just this Ganassi there, and they're just like, "Hello.
Hello.
Are you all alone?"
Yeah. I put my stuff on the counter.
And they look at it all and they go, how old are you?
Almost 2.
Kind of stare at you for a few seconds. They're like, is that normal for bird people?
I want to buy things.
Do you have money?
Yes.
How much money?
How much does this cost?
I'll look at you. They're like, okay, well, the ball bearings are a gold. You got that?
Put a gold down.
Okay. And all of this food, and she like counts the number of like little ration bags that you have, and she's like, 3 gold.
I put 3 gold down.
And the paint and supply kit is gonna be, and she like goes over it, and she opens this tiny little box that you're buying, and she goes through it, and she's like, 12 gold.
Can I have it for 10?
Can you roll persuasion real
Please?
quick?
Fuck.
What'd
I
you roll?
rolled a 7.
Rolled a-
Minus a 1.
But hang on, I'm gonna give you advantage on this roll because you are a small child asking to buy paint supplies.
She did
Yes.
say please.
And you did say please.
That's not any better.
What'd you roll?
6.
She looks at you and she's like, I'm sorry, little girl, but things cost money. So if you don't have it, you're not gonna be able to buy it.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. You count so
Sits there as you count out the 12 gold. And she just like goes over the like 16 gold you just put in front of her and goes, okay, do you have parents?
No.
Oh. Okay.
Thank you. And she's
Okay,
gonna
but do you
collect it.
need, okay. And you're like, as you collect everything and rush towards like the door, she's like, oh, all right, if you need,
Bye.
let me know if you need anything.
Okay.
And you like walk out the door and this woman is just like, oh my God. You're just out on the streets now with a nice little bag of goodies that you have purchased. You're heading off to the clothes store next. Okay. The nearest clothes store is a little further down the road. You remember passing it on your way here.
Mhm.
And as you walk in, you're immediately just met by the most flamboyant, "Ah, greetings, and bienvenue! Hello. Oh, look at you. You're gorgeous. Look at your feathers." There's just this drow who just like walks up to you and is like, "Oh, you are spectacular. You're iridescent. The way you sparkle in the light."
Want to see a cool thing?
Oh, of course.
I'm gonna unfurl my wings.
You unfurl your wings out, and the really pretty like pigeon iridescence on the edges really reflects in the lights of these windows coming in. And this man just goes, "Oh, gorgeous! You're gorgeous! You are astounding! Thank you so much for blessing me by coming into my shop. What can I get for you?"
So, I'm still growing, so
Oh.
I wanted bigger clothes just in case, because I'm traveling lots.
The beauty of youth. Astounding. Of course. Okay, come here, come. And he takes out from he's got like a vest on. He just whips out like a measuring tape. And he just starts doing little measurements all across your clothes without really referring to you or anything. Like it just keeps happening all around you. And he goes, So, how is the birds usually go? Are you going to get much taller? Are you going to get much wider? No offense. Are you going to get, are there going to be curves? Are your wings going to get bigger? I must know.
I think I'm gonna get taller. But I don't know how much. I still have another year of growing.
How tall is your mother?
This is just unpacking trauma in the most light way possible.
He's this much taller than me. Well, she was this much taller than me before, but then like things happened, and then I think she was here.
He takes the measuring tape and he measures from your head to where your hand is like hovering up above you. He goes, Of course. And he like goes behind a counter and you start seeing all this fabric start getting tossed into the air.
Is this Willy Wonka?
He stands up and he goes, "What kind of clothes would you like to wear? What do you want to look like? What do you want everyone to think of you when they see you?"
I haven't designed that yet. Fuck.
It does not have to be much. It does not have to match. It's just a word, madam. A word that you want to elicit in people as they stare at you. You will grow. You will become a powerful woman. What do you want them to think when they see you?
Well, I am very quick.
Speedy, lithe. You want them to see you and think of a falcon. You want them to see you and think of speed.
Well, I'm a pigeon, but yes.
Of course.
I am speed.
He just starts cutting through one of the fabrics in front of you.
Oh, make sure that your clothes have holes for my wings.
Oh, madam, I have made clothes for all sorts. I would be personally accommodating to your needs. And he just immediately starts grabbing clothes off of various racks nearby and cutting and trimming them right in front of you. And all of this is just, he hasn't said his name, and there are other people in the shop, and nothing is happening. He's just going. You finally take this moment of calm as he's trimming together all of these clothes in front of you to sort of take in everything. And it's a really nice little shop. There's more wood here than you think you've seen in all of Minori. And there's like stairs up to another level, and there are a few people shopping, going through just regular clothes on racks. And you, being who you are, immediately notice on the back wall hats. So many hats. There are easily 6 dozen hats all lined up on the back wall.
What type of hats are there?
Any kind of hat you can think of is on this back wall.
Whoa.
There are big hats, there are small hats, there are beanies, there are hats with feathers, there are curved hats, there's something that we would call a cowboy hat. I don't know what they would call it.
I want a pirate hat that actually fits me. First of all. What type of hat would Dolus like? I've never seen Dolus wear a hat. Maybe I'll get a pirate hat for him too.
So there's a nice, like, sailor style of, like, pirate hat. It is still a little bit bigger to you, though, when you try it on.
I'll grow into it.
There's one in black, one in white, and one in gold.
I want a white one for me, and I want a black one for Dolus.
Okay, yeah, that's easy. You grab the black one and the white one. You grab them and sort of are perusing them. The guy kind of goes, "Oh, are you a sailor? Do you travel? Do you see all the sea?"
Once we saw these fish people.
So a wagon.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
You
Maybe.
truly do
Probably.
travel. I shall make sure your new outfit is accommodating. And he starts just trimming it even more.
Back to the hats.
Back to the hats. So while Lotus is trying on a slew of hats, we're going to go back to the harbor where Socks, you have been pulled down to the Borderlace.
Uh-huh.
Can I have
I
you
don't
make
know
a-
why yet.
Can I have you make a Constitution roll?
Yeah, for sure. That's a 15.
15
15
with your modifier?
with modifier.
Okay, so it's not that hard to hold your breath. You're doing fine, and the water is clearly kind of murky. Obviously, you're in a harbor, and there was just a sunken ship. But your eyes, you're able to open your eyes without them stinging too harshly.
Okay.
And you see the Borderlace beneath you, a huge like rip up the side of her, all sunk. Dolus, yes.
I was gonna say, as like, because you said they sank down, and then like
Mhm.
the people around us on like the dock are like, "What the heck?" Dolus, noticing that they're like causing a little bit of a scene, he kind of like takes the spear he has in his hand, like grabs it at the middle. He's like, "All part of the show, everyone."
One of the
That's
fishermen
it.
nearby goes, "What's your shtick?"
Well, as you might have just seen, we have a man who turned into a shark and can take you on rides.
How much?
1 gold per minute on the ride.
Per minute?
Yes.
How long can he stay under there?
He can stay under for as long as he wants, but you are the exception.
What if I want to stay under there forever too?
What the fuck? This man's trying to commit suicide! Oh my god!
Well, that we know.
We know. And he goes, "All right, I'll take 3 minutes when he comes back." He like pulls out gold
Right.
and just like hands it. It's like grimy, kind of like wet gold because he's been out here fishing all morning. He just holds it out to you.
Right, they'll be back any minute now. Takes the gold. He's kind of like thinking to himself, "What the fuck am I doing?"
There's a couple other fishermen now who are sort of interested. One of them's like, "So like, can you only take one person at a time, or can he do two? Because I'm willing to go."
How big is the shark? Would it be able
About
to fit
7
two
feet
people?
long. So like it's probably best if it's one at a time.
One at a time, folks.
And he goes, damn it. Of course he got it first. All right, I'll take 2 minutes. So he like holds out gold to you.
You should probably hold on to your gold. We don't know how much longer the shark will be willing to accept our offers.
Does he eat us if he gets mad?
No.
Oh.
Yes. Well,
Oh!
possibly. Depends on how hungry he is.
Can you roll a performance for me real quick?
We've started a goddamn
Holy
circus.
shit, I love this.
Performance check.
Why did I
God.
ever think of this?
I've never rolled a performance check in my
It's
life.
time. You're putting on a
The
show.
only person of our party who ever rolled was Steph.
That was 15.
15. You get a solid dozen sailors on this dock who are all sort of gathering around at this point, interested in the shark rides.
Dolus is sweating. Oh God! Oh fuck!
He did not
What have
expect
you
it to go this
done?
far. He did not expect
It's just
it to
like
go
Twink
this far.
Tanya all over again.
Back underwater. Tox. Mara has swung you down to the Bordelace. Mara, where are you taking him?
Straight to the captain section.
All right, so he swims you into the captain's quarters, and it's dark, so just like him, it's not super easy to see.
I have dark
But-
vision.
Oh, that's right, you do. You're an elf, so it is
Yeah.
significantly easier for you to see. And you roll perception for me. No advantages or disadvantages.
Perception, that's +5, so that's 19.
19. You can see that over the reason Mara wasn't able to find a lot of the weapons is because you can see the bed and everything all sort of slung out.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why you could, because everything's all sort of tossed together in a corner from where the rushing water filled into the cabin.
So it's under the whole part of the bed.
Well, not necessarily. You can't really make out where anything is. There's just everything kind of bundled up towards like a back corner of the cabin.
And Sox kind of breaks off from Mara and heads over to that corner where everything seems to be piled. And he's gonna try and recover as much as he can.
Make a strength check.
A strength check. Ooh boy, I can't roll
Just
great
brings back
forever.
that blanket.
Straight strength? Nothing.
Yeah, just a strength check.
That's just an 8.
Is that like with your modifier?
Yeah.
Oh boy. You tug on this like blanket that is waterlogged at this point, and it is just like hot on the bed structure and some of the nightstand and stuff, and it is not coming. And about like 10 seconds into tugging, your chest kind of starts to hurt. You've now been holding your breath for about like 30 to 40 seconds.
Yeah.
I assume I see like the shape of him doing this stuff.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
And Sox kind of Sox kicks off of the structure and goes back to Mara and just kind of taps him on the side as he grabs the dorsal fin.
Okay.
And I'll dive up then as fast as I can.
Okay, you take him straight up. Socks, you breach water before you lose holding your breath. It's been less than a minute for sure.
Yeah. He's like, okay. One more time. I think I can get it this time.
And then I guess I'll just try and be like, what's down there in shark, but like just, shark speak, see if he'll like.
It's like, you watch this shark in front of you, just like,
Yeah. Sox just taking a total guess. It's like, I think all the stuff is under there. So now that I know that that's the plan, I think I can do a little better.
And there's a guy on the dock who you guys don't recognize who's looking down and goes, "Is your ride done? I think it's my turn."
What?
You're muted, Kay.
No, sir, he paid a pretty penny.
And he dude, Sox is
I'll
not
just start
paying attention to
diving.
all of them. Yeah.
And I dive.
And I dive.
Okay, so you just
Gonna give it
dive
another
right
go.
under.
Yeah. Actually, instead of him doing that, I'm gonna bring him along with me and kind of like go as close to it as I can and just like sort of like figure around where the shape is
Mhm.
and try to like bite onto where he was heading to.
Okay. You can bite onto the thing that he was tugging pretty easily.
All right.
It's like the main thing that they're holding. And so, Socks, are you gonna do anything as you watch this shark bite onto this waterlogged blanket?
I assume he's gonna try and pull it too. Or like, yeah. Sox assumes that like Mara's about to try and pull it, and so he grabs the other end and he's like, just kind of looks at him, shrugs.
Mara! Strength with advantage!
Yeah.
Don't fuck this up.
Let's see. So strength is +2, so I will add +3 to this, whatever I get. 17.
You have advantage.
Oh.
So you can roll again to see if you get better.
Hey!
There we
Oh!
20.
20.
go. Dirty.
Beautiful. So yeah, you finally, after tugging and Socks, a few seconds have gone by, and with the strain, you're starting to wonder if like you're gonna have to go up to breathe again, and then everything just poof, and it knocks the bed sort of adrift in the water, and there's just like a clattering of weapons in the lowest corner because the weight sort of dragged them down there.
And Socks does his best to rush and kind of collect as many as he can.
I'll like open my mouth in the vicinity, like as wide as I can to motion, put him in my mouth.
Socks' eyes go wide.
You watch the shark just.
Socks' eyes go wide, but because he's seen him bring the weapons back up in his mouth, he's like, all right, and just starts loading them on, like loading them into Mara's mouth.
Make a Constitution check for how long you're gonna hold your breath while you're loading these up.
Okay, that's con 16.
16. You managed to get everything in that little quarter into the shark's mouth in one go.
Yep, and then just fucking grabs on, taps him again, and he's like, because he's not willing to run out of time here.
I'll go up.
Yeah. So this Dolus, you watch as at first you see the form of like the shark in the water, and then you watch as just like an arsenal of weaponry comes out of the ocean, and then you realize it's all in Mara's mouth as he like submarine plops down in the water with Socks hanging onto him.
Dolus, little help.
Right. 1 second, everyone. Dolus like waves the spear around and he starts like bringing the stuff back up.
Okay.
As he like finishes getting that done, he whispers down to them. I have found us an opportunity. These people are willing to pay 1 gold per minute of riding on Mara's back. So all you have to do, Mara, is just swim. Swim any direction you want, but don't let them drown, right? Is this
My
okay?
eyes will widen.
We'll also get gold.
Okay. And Socks like climbs up and like grabs the last of the weapons and throws them on the deck.
As you see, Dolus like points over to Socks, like doing whatever. He's like, this shark has many uses. This man directed the shark to grab his fallen weaponry that he dropped in the dock clumsily the other day.
Socks kind of looks at him and then just smiles a little bit as he shakes himself completely, just dousing Dolus.
Dolus unfazed. he gets soaked. He's unfazed. Well, sir, he points to the first guy who paid. It seems like it is your turn.
The first guy just throws his fishing rod to the side and cannonballs into the water.
3 minutes. And he said, Dolus says to Mara, 3 minutes. Puts up 3 fingers.
All right, Mara, you taking him on a trip?
Yep, I'm gonna like in and out of the water for 3 minutes.
Dolphins the shark.
Oh my god.
Where
the fuck did I put my dice? This is amazing.
Socks turns away from Dolus while this is happening. Bends over, continues to try and dry himself off by shaking as much as he can as he gets the rest of his clothes back on.
Okay. So you get all dressed as the weaponry kind of drips next to you. And at this point, one of the guards comes walking down the dock. And, there's a whole crowd gathered around Dolus, all kind of standing and watching as this shark woofs its way through the water around the sunken ship. And Socks, a half-naked elf, dressing himself next to a pile of weaponry. And this guard just kind of, looks at you all. He looks at the weapons. He looks at Socks. He looks at Dolus. He looks at the shark. And he goes, so how much are the rides?
A gold a minute.
And he goes, okay. He kind of like walks to join the crowd.
What have we done?
Lotus, your clothes are done.
Oh.
This man, he just folds up like a really nice like leather package and like ties the top of it off, and he goes, ah, complete for you. A size up, and if you ever need adjustments, I am here. I have been here 100 years. I'll be here 100 more.
What is your name?
My name, you can call me Kyle.
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 What
Very
the
adorable.
fuck, Kyle? You step the fuck up.
I wanted to buy hats.
You want to buy hats?
Yes.
Of course, of course.
I
These hats.
want to get the white and the black pirate hat. I want to
Okay.
get a black, like one of those black wide brim floppy hats. I also want to get a bucket hat.
Okay.
A sun hat and
Okay.
a beanie.
Okay. He's like, the hats are 5 silver per piece.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have enough for that?
How much is it total?
These 1 hat, 2 hats, 5 hats.
But wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hats.
What's the 6th hat?
The white and black pirate hat.
White and
The
black.
The black wide brim sun
Oh,
hat,
the white, yeah,
bucket
the,
hat, and then the beanie.
it is 6 hats. So that's 3 gold. Yep. 3 gold, and then your clothes, all done as they are. 16.
16 gold?
Yes.
Would you make it 15 if I show you another cool thing?
He goes, oh, of course. How cool is it?
I think it's kind of cool.
Show me,
and
show
then-
me, show me, show me.
She's going to start casting magic, but not actually cast anything. And the green on the feathers starts to
The
appear.
green on the feathers. Oh. This is the second time we're going to roll this today. Can you also roll performance as you stretch out your feathers to get just the right amount of green?
The siblings are putting on a show today.
14 minus 1 is
13.
13.
So you struggle a little with the magic at first. You almost turn yourself invisible. You can tell, you can feel it. And then finally, after a little, and it's like this little burst of green out to your wingtips. The magic, and he goes, oh, can all of your kind do this? I have never seen an Aarakocra.
Oh,
Beautiful, fantastic. The opportunity to work with someone so unique. Wondrous. And he hands you the pack. She goes, 15 gold.
15. I give him 15. I count each one.
He's like, and 3 for the hats?
And I give him the 3.
He takes it all. He's like, if ever in your travels you find another Aarakocra, anyone of interest, anyone who could use clothes, anyone who's going to be coming to us with you, Minori tells him that Kyle can be there for them.
I will. Thank you.
Of course. Oh, and your name, young man. Your name.
Just call me Lotus.
Ah, of course. Lotus. Of course. Like the beautiful flowers that grow on the cliff sides.
Okay, bye.
Au revoir.
She just leaves, goes to find a library or anything with books, places of knowledge.
Okay. Back to the docks. We'll say like half an hour's passed at this point. Everyone's gone on their rides. You guys have made about 20 gold.
Wait, half an hour passed and we made 20 gold.
Yeah, people got to get undressed and redressed as they jump in the water.
Yeah.
I mean, that first guy just jumped in, so I don't know.
That first guy also wanted to die.
Well, yeah, that's fair, I guess.
You make
Cool.
20 gold.
And then, like, right as like everyone, like the last person is going up, and then Dolus is just like, and for our last act, and he like gestures to Mara, like he does like this to like come out of the water. You're muted.
You're muted.
I'll come up with my mouth wide open, smiling.
Ah.
And for our last act, he's like gesturing, like get out, like onto the deck.
Mara! Just like, such...
I'll flop on.
The shark dives under. There's a few moments of silence, and then all of a sudden just out onto the deck. And everyone's like, "Oh, whoa, whoa, hey, whoa!"
Dolus leans in, turn back into an elf.
I'll turn back into an elf.
Everyone watches you turn back into an elf. The water you brought onto the deck immediately kind of like soaks your back as you're laying there.
Ta-da!
The guy, not the guy who wanted to die, but the second guy just goes, "Woo! Yeah!"
Thank you, everyone. Remember this. This is the show that we put on. Remember us when you hear the name Twinktania.
And if any of you see a big half-orc, tell somebody.
They're all kind of like confused, like,
We are the Moranians from Twinktania.
The fucking what?
the Moranians from Twinktania. The name will be etched into history.
Yeah.
MFTs. Fuck.
And then just start walking away from the docks
Sucks
and
like
helping
Dolus.
Suggs carry the
I
weapons.
was about to say.
You guys probably have like 30, 40 minutes before Twink does his thing.
How many weapons did we bring back?
You have a solid 24.
Who doesn't?
Jesus.
Miscellaneous weapon.
Dolus kind of sees like he's like, oh man, this is a lot. He takes the ones that he was holding, kind of like puts them like his hands like this, and he like does Socrates, hand them over,
Oh,
like
right.
to like
and
pile it back on.
He piles a bit more of them on.
And now Dolus is holding like all the weapons, and he's just like, 1 second, and then I'm gonna bottle respite into the ring
A cat.
All
with
right.
all the weapons.
So
My
you watch
cat
as,
and all of our
you watch-
weapons.
as Dolus just boom, and the ring just ding, 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 ding onto this dock, and just kind of rolls and whoop into the water through one of the gaps in the dock.
Motherfucker! Sock starts stripping again.
Dolus, because I can hear what's going on outside. Like I just hear the rolling and then
You hear
the water.
like a really big echoing, like boom, 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 and then you hear.
That's not good. Can I look around for shoes?
You look around a bit, and the room, as typically when you enter it, totally empty until like the second or third time you look around, and then Kylie's just sitting there on the couch with the cat. And she goes, "Oh, I like it."
Right. Well, in exchange for me, letting you, not letting you, but giving you this cat to pet for the day. May I leave these here for an hour, maybe 2?
She kind of takes a second, and she looks at them all, and she goes, they're wet.
Well, I mean, you control winds. You could dry them off. I'm sure.
Squints at you. Dolus always asks me for favors. Yes, he does.
I was just kind of standing there awkwardly. Like,
She goes, fine, leave them. You might not want to pop out, though.
oh, okay.
Socks is getting ready to go back in the water.
She's like, you popped in on a dock with open planks
Oh,
and water underneath.
oh. Well,
So
I mean,
unless you,
shouldn't I get out now rather than when it reaches the bottom?
oh, it's already at the.
Okay. Well, great. Dolores just puts the weapons down and kind of reclines onto some of the pillows.
She's like, so you had an eventful day yesterday. You got to go to
Yes.
a dinner. You met my old friend.
Yes.
You wow, the rest of your day was actually the rest of your day kind of sucked.
Yes.
I want to. I would let. Dolus, this is difficult for me.
What is?
I would like to apologize again for not trusting you more. Ha!
Oh. Apology accepted.
I am nigh omnipotent, and I apologize. The elf is grabbing the ring.
Which one?
I don't know, they both have beards.
How long was the hair?
Shorter.
Okay. Did you like the show that I put on?
Oh, I thought it was fantastic. You should be a performer. Maybe a ringleader.
I didn't expect it to.
Way to ruin the moment, Noah.
So it's just like, well, I didn't expect it to garner that much attention. I was just trying to. No, I was actually trying to not garner attention by trying to explain the shark that had just came to the docks, but you know,
But
20
you did
gold.
get money out of it.
Yeah.
You also are a bird. You kind of draw some attention.
Yes. Yes, you're right.
But look, I don't think you need to worry about that, honestly. I think you should be more willing to draw attention. You are, after all, in a pact with me. You're powerful. You're strong. You're bird. Puff your chest out a little.
Speaking of, and completely ignoring this, speaking of birds, I'm sure you heard the conversation we had at breakfast.
I hear every conversation you have, except for that one time that you dropped off the grid, and I'm still mad.
Well, there apparently, Fagin said that an Aarakocra killed the leader of the Empire.
He
And
did.
that was a lie,
It
according
was.
to. Oh, okay. Do you know which part of it was a lie?
Oh, well, I mean all of it, really.
Okay. So there was no Aarakocra.
Well, the only Aarakocra I've really felt on the material plane in the last 20 years are you and your sister, and you and your sister. But no, I don't think I've really found anyone else. Of course, I mean they could be hiding from me. What are the odds?
Right. How close is the elf to the ring?
Oh, he has it. You're probably going back up towards the surface about now.
Okay.
Everything gets a little murky underwater. It's not really my place.
Understandable. So I isn't just gonna wait until I'm above water
You get above the socks. You get the ring above water after some searching. Luckily, you were closer to the end of the dock, so the bottom was only like 12 feet down and not like 80.
Socks clambers back up onto the deck, and he's like,
You hear him do that.
he needs to warn us next time.
Dolus just gets up, like, well, he just kind of waves at Kylie, which is a note to make for Kylie because Dolus never says goodbye. He just leaves, and he just kind of waves and pops out.
So yeah,
onto the
Socks,
dock.
as you're like patting yourself, drying yourself a little, the ring in your hand just whoomp, and you're holding hands with Dolus.
He's holding hands as Socks shakes to try and get a majority of the water off.
You get doused in water again, Dolus.
Dolus is again.
That's your fault for dropping in the water.
Well, I dropped onto the dock, and then the ring fell into the water. Anyways, the weapons are safe.
Great. How's your genie? Socks kind of loses the name in all the events of the day.
Kylie is petting your cat.
Great. Taking care of her.
Yes, she seems to be enjoying it. Kylie and the cat.
Okay.
Had I
Got it.
Shall we go? Where shall we go? Twink said that he would meet us at the infirmary, did he not?
Yes, I mean, unless you want to watch his presentation. But I was supposed to go there anyway to speak with some of their alchemists.
This is out of character. So the lady that we talked to said that his performance was in 3 hours, and then Twink said he'd meet with us in 2.5 hours. So that's before the performance.
He said he'd be done in 2.5 hours, yeah.
And he would meet us in the infirmary after the presentation.
Oh.
Note of thought. He said he was presenting at the infirmary.
Oh, he did. Okay. It's like, well. Oh, but Lotus, we need to wait for her.
Can't you just like he kind of gestures like he has the stone.
Well, I don't think she knows where the infirmary is.
Right, she was with me yesterday.
Yes, she was.
And Socks kind of shakes his arm off as he starts putting on his shirt again.
Just a thought. She does know where the promenade is, though, and it's a lot closer to the infirmary.
Cool. Dolus is just like, well, we could wait here. I mean, I could tell her to come to the promenade.
I do have a sword that I have unfinished business with. So maybe after we pick that up.
Well, right, and then maybe on the way.
Wait, you're going back to that store that I wrecked?
No, wait, there are other
what?
there are other weapon shops. And he goes, "No, we're going to any weapon shop but that one."
What did you do to the
Perfect.
store?
Uh
I don't think he's gonna like his floor.
Why? Was it because
Well,
of the burn marks? I thought Socrates was mending those.
Oh, I fixed that.
No.
I don't want to know.
You don't. And Socks like getting his all his clothes back on. It's like just immediately walk in.
Dolus pulls
Let's
out
just
his-
say those shadows ate a bit of that floor.
Okay. Dolus pulls out his rock and he says into it, "Meet us at the promenade."
Lotus, as you are walking to your next store, suddenly the spoon in your vest goes, "Meet us at the promenade."
Okay.
Dolus, your rock says, "Okay."
Nice. Back in my pocket.
So we're gonna head to any weapon shop but the one we went to yesterday.
Right, Lotus, what was the shop you were going to next? Oh, books.
Books. Anywhere
is-
with books.
There is a bookstore.
I want to see if there's any books about monks and stuff. And mutations in individuals.
Okay. So I already gave you a book on mutation.
That was duplication, not
Okay.
mutation. Looking at more biology
You're-
than magic.
Okay. So yeah, you come in and there's a furbolg at the counter, and he goes, "Hello,
Eek.
small.
Hi.
Hello. What?
Do you have books about monks?"
Nods really slowly, and he goes, and points at a shelf in the back.
Okay. And do you have books about like biology and like
Are you looking for books on genetic, or books on general biology, or books on evolution, or are you looking for books on animal biology, or are you looking for books on plant biology, or are you looking for books on avian biology, as you
Bueller.
seem to be an avian?
bird biology, Aarakocra biology, genetics would be cool.
I don't have any books on Aarakocra.
Okay.
I have books on seagulls, and I have books on people, and I have books on elves, book on fish. I have books for genetic. And he points at another shelf off to the right.
Okay. I'll take a look at the genetic one. Thank you, Mr. Big Man.
You can call me Bull.
Okay. And then she's gonna go.
Walks off to look at books. Around this time, you guys are probably walking up to the shopping district as well.
Great.
Noah, are you just buying an obsidian sword?
I just want the obsidian sword.
Dolus, Mara, are you buying any weapons?
No.
Also, are we splitting the gold, I assume?
Yeah, I was about to say, as we're walking, Dolus splits up the gold, 7 to him, 7 to Mara, and 6 for Socks.
Fair.
Okay. Then I'll just say you get into a shop. There's no obsidian swords. Just regular iron and steel ones.
That's not right. It's like, Socks takes one look around, turns right back around, and he's like, oh no.
What?
We might have to go back to that shop, but I have a plan.
Okay.
Dolus, if you would be so kind. You know how to use disguise self, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Would you be a dear and possibly use it to disguise yourself as a drow? And buy me an obsidian short sword, I will give you the money.
Dolus just kind of sits. He's kind of looking off in a direction. Looks back at Socks in the eyes. 2 gold.
Deal.
Right. Shake hands. Like,
let me know what let me know how he's feeling about the floor.
You guys
Cool.
just gonna go to the promenade?
Yeah, just go over to near that store. See if it's open at all.
We're gonna jump right to when you're walking into the promenade, unless you have any conversations in the meantime.
No.
Okay, you'll walk up there, and it's still sort of recovering from yesterday, obviously.
Mhm.
The weapon shop, you know where to find it. So you go over, and are you ready to enact your plan? I imagine
Well,
you want
right,
to
I
do
was
this
gonna
out of
say-
eyesight.
I was gonna say first, it's like see if I can see from a distance if that shop is like still functioning. Like
It seems to be open. There's people
Okay.
coming in and out of it.
Dola's just kind of like, right, the gold.
Socks hands him the gold, and we'll just say that we'll transfer it whenever the actual exchange happens, because I don't know how much the actual price will be.
Right. Dolus is going to kind of try and like maybe hide behind like anything that's nearby, like into an alley or something. Like
There are pillars in the promenade around the shops, so you can easily hide from that shop.
yeah. So Dolus, he's going to transform. He's going to use disguise self and transform into his human appearance that he used at the beginning of the campaign. Like the guy who looks human, like big
Mhm.
feathery robe, um, and like to like outside like perspective, Dolus walks behind this pillar, and just another man walks out like on the other side. It's
Okay.
great.
Socks goes, I said drow because he was horribly racist to all of us.
Dolus slightly alters his appearance. He's wearing the same exact clothes. He just looks like a drow.
Just darken. Darken a
And
little bit,
pointy
point the
ears.
ears.
Is this right?
Okay.
Seems about right.
Dolus walks into the shop.
Okay. So you walk into the shop, and there's a shopkeep at the desk who she immediately is like, "Hello."
Hello.
It's a person. It's a nice person.
How can I help you?
I am here to buy an obsidian sword.
A short sword or a long sword?
You would know seeing Socks use the frost brand. It's a
No, he wouldn't.
No, he
No, he
wouldn't.
wouldn't. Quit telling him what he knows.
I
Dang
don't know that. Dolus just stands there awkwardly. One moment, walks out of the store.
He kind of just sits there. Like,
Yeah, he goes back. Is that a short sword or a long sword?
Short.
Right. Walks back in. One obsidian short sword.
she goes, they're here on the wall.
How much for one?
25 gold.
Right. Plops
What did I
down
pay
20
for mine?
A lot.
Like
a lot
50,
more.
75.
God.
Plops down the 25 gold.
She just takes it. She's like, all right. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Puts up a thumbs up and turns around holding the sword very awkwardly.
She's just like, Foxy watches Dolus just walks out with an obsidian short sword.
Lovely.
Hand it over. Turn back.
And Socks hands him over the additional 2 gold. As well as the, we'll say he
Well,
handed
so
over
here's
25.
the thing, though. You would have expected it to be the cost it was when you first came in, which was about 75. So we're gonna say you handed him 75 gold, expecting that cost,
Great.
So he handed me 75 gold.
and you
And I
spent
went in.
25.
Cool.
Basically means Socks handed you his entire pouch.
Right, yeah. Dolus is going to walk back over. He gives him his obsidian short sword, and he hands him back 25 gold. He's like, it was on sale. It was only 50.
You don't think anything of that. Don't even try to play like you think that's something, Noah. Don't even try.
No, I know. Son of a bitch. Okay, so if
You
I
should
handed
be
him 75
excited. You should be excited that it was on sale.
I know. Socks is like, okay.
Do you? I wonder if you think you can get a good price for this one if you sell it back, and I'll pull out the obsidian scimitar.
If you sell it back,
Yeah.
I don't know that it would sell back for a profit.
Yeah, whatever.
Especially with everything on sale in the store. I don't think that you would get a higher value than you did.
Probably not. Whatever. I'll just put it back in.
Shall we? And Dulles just gestures to continue towards like the center of the promenade.
Okay. Socks,
Let's
you
go.
got your sword and you got it cheaper than you thought you were gonna get. You got 25 gold back.
Mhm.
Hey, so did I. I got 27 gold.
We don't pass
And-
by the shop to go toward the center, do we? We were
No,
already
that's
we
not the
walked past
Yeah,
it.
so you'd walk. The center would be away from the shop because they're all on the edge of the semi.
You a bitch for that, Kay.
That's Monty payback right there, motherfucker.
Hey.
Hey, finally.
Hey, I thought what happened in the first episode where you were like, leave it at the table?
Hey, that was for me. I don't care what you two do.
We're gonna go back to Lotus. Lotus,
Books.
you found a book on monks and monk techniques and monks of the world. It is listed as 3 gold. You found
Okay.
another book on biology and genetics. It is listed as 2 gold.
Okay. I want both of them.
The guy at the front just goes, "Are you reading a little above your age gap, ma'am?"
Maybe. But it's
That-
learning.
That's good. I always appreciate someone willing to learn.
I'm gonna put
Neat.
down 5 gold pieces for him.
Slowly reaches his hand out and takes the gold and he goes, "Is there anything else I can help with?"
No, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day, small bird.
You too. And then I'm gonna head towards where Dolus told me to go.
Well, so now we're gonna cut to the person who has had to just sit here in silence for about an hour and 10 minutes. Hi, Ian. Twink,
me, I'm
about
here.
5 minutes before this, would have finished everything and put it all in his presentation box, all in this little cart. And immediately, Dormo helps you load everything outside, and he's like, "So, you're ready?"
Are you trying to inspire me, Dormo?
"Yeah,
Great job.
thank you."
Oh.
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay, and he starts pushing the cart. The little gnome Huon is with you. She's like, okay. So, you're gonna do step 1, and then I'm gonna do step 2, and then step 3. Dormo throws the confetti.
What is step 2?
So step 1, you're gonna present, and then step 2, I do the jazz hands, and then Dormo throws the confetti.
Sounds like a great 3-step plan.
Fantastic. And Dormo goes, "I always keep confetti in my pocket."
It's a lot of confetti you carry around.
Yeah.
Do you use it often, or is it just
I
sitting in your
use it
pocket?
whenever they finish a project.
How often is that?
Usually once a day.
That's
That's why
not
I
great.
always carry confetti in my pocket.
You guys like it here?
Yeah. Everyone's like, Dormo's a helper because he's not very good with small detail.
Oh, I gathered that when we were working.
Yeah. He was
What's
an
you-
orphan. Oh, me?
Yes.
See, so I am actually a Westwood gnome. So I grew up on the edges of the forest, far away from the elves. Oh, snooty bastard.
This is another Socks loses for an entire episode. Okay.
What do you mean? You're fine.
I mean, you're not wrong.
He goes, yeah, and then eventually I decided to come to Shadesteppe because I thought I'd see how the other side lives, and I found the Dark Elves, and they're also a bunch of snooty bastards. So yeah, I'm not exactly pleased.
They're a lot worse than the other ones.
Yeah, somehow.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's actually not somehow. It's very clear.
Yeah, it is.
So,
Sometimes I wish I'd stayed where I was.
are you? Where were you? What
The
were you
Westwood?
doing before? Did you
Oh,
practice there, or did you?
no, I didn't learn to be an artificer until I came here.
Right. Why?
Well, Madame Ouvert was the first person to give me a job. I was a helper like Dormo, but I have little fingers.
Yes, so do I.
So, that's how I learned. And I've been here for, 80 years?
Well, how long have you been practicing? 80 years?
60 that I've been practicing since I, became more than an apprentice.
I'm sorry.
Kind of stops, just like, what?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry.
Why?
Nothing. Let's just keep going.
Kind of walks along with you. Just like, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a little scatterbrained and I talk a lot and I'm kind of loud and I squeal like a lot when I'm doing work and anyone's around me. I just kind of scream. It's just sort of my reaction. But there's a reason that I was chosen to help you.
Yeah, I know.
It's because I'm the best at what I do. Also, I think it's because they were a little bit racist, not in like a mean way, but in like a subtle way, and they thought the gnomes would work really well together. But
I think that's exactly why.
Twink, right around now, as you're sort of getting into the shopping district, you watch Lotus walk out of a bookshop, like right in front of you.
Lotus? Hello.
Dormo starts waving back.
Yeah, books.
Cool. I have things.
Oh, I have a thingy for you too. Actually, I'll give it to you tonight.
Okay. Why tonight?
Because I have something for everybody.
Okay. Well, we're going to the infirmary to present.
Oh, Dolores told me to go to a... What was the name?
You got this?
I don't remember what it's called, but I know where it is.
It's not helpful, Lotus.
I'll be honest, I don't know if that's Ray or Lotus forgetting.
It's a big word, man.
Promenade is the word you're looking for.
The
No.
pomegranate.
Roll intelligence here real quick, actually.
Oh yeah, I'm doing that just
Yeah.
so Ray knows.
Oh no, I know. I kind of had figured that out myself too, but I wanted to keep pushing it to be awkward.
I knew it was paw something.
It's not
roll?
paw something, it's
not
bra
paw
something.
You rolled 6. You're
I
thinking
rolled a
about
6.
it, and you're thinking about it, and then you think about it, and you go,
We were there at some point in time.
palm grenade.
The palm grenade.
That is not a place, Lotus.
I'll show you. We were there. I'll show you.
I'll show you.
All right. Very well.
So the 4 of you make your way to the palm grenade, making it there in ample time prior to the presentation.
Yeah.
And as you walk through the big like entrance to it, standing on the steps there are the other 3. The boys.
Sox is kind of adjusting to the obsidian short sword, kind of just twisting it around in his hand.
I see you got the sword.
Right.
Can I see it?
Are you going to break it?
If it breaks, it's not a good sword.
Sox hands it to him.
He kind of holds it. He goes, balance is a little off, but it's sharp as fuck. He goes, here you go.
Yeah. It's part of the beauty of the Shadesteppe craftsmanship. Would you be able to fix the... Wait, if I needed you to.
Fuck no, it's obsidian.
Okay.
Is it time for the presentation? Hello.
And I kind of play back at the card and say, it's right there.
Well,
Let's
shall
go.
Normal waves.
I
Hello
assume it's
again,
covered.
Birdman.
Yeah, it's covered.
we? Hello.
I crated up.
Hello again, Elfman.
And he goes,
Tormo, we need to work on your social skills.
I know.
Sox goes, well, it's a pleasure to meet you both. I am Socrates.
You reach your hand out?
Yeah.
Dormo has a hand that's like 3 times the size of yours, and he just takes it and hello.
Like big, even in comparison to walk.
Yes.
Sox's arm just gets jerked up and down, and he's like, ah,
Yeah, this
Pleasure
is
to meet
considered
you.
a giant.
ow. And you, and Sox, like, offers the shaking hand to the other gnome.
The gnome, she kind of like looks at your shaking hand, and she just like takes a finger and is like, yeah, I'm Huon. Nice to meet you.
A pleasure. Oh.
Yeah, you're probably gonna want to get that set.
What do you mean set? Is my shoulder just... Sox kind of like grabs his arm and jerks it back into like back
It's
to
not
his body.
dislocated, so that hurt
Okay.
really bad, but you're good.
Ah.
Like you like jerk it, and you're like, that hurt. Even that also hurt. Wow.
This has been a hell of a day. I've swam in the dock twice now, or the harbor twice now.
The day's only been going on for like 2 hours.
Dormo goes, oh, you shouldn't swim in that. I get in trouble when I swim in that. Huon goes, also the sewage kind of goes out near there. I mean, it's been processed a few times through like tanks underground, and like it's
Sox
not like
just
you're not gonna
slowly
die.
Turns
But
to look at Mara.
Can't imagine taking a dive.
This is fucking awesome.
Well, as I was saying,
It's not like nature. It's fine.
Goals kind of points towards the building. He's like, shall we?
all right, you all make your way to the infirmary, and as you start approaching through down one of the wing hallways, you immediately notice that there's a surprising amount of people. All seem to be heading to the infirmary. Like a solid like dozen people are all walking along.
Calmly?
Yeah.
Okay. Sox goes,
No.
did you send out invites?
Didn't even invite you. What the fuck you think?
That doesn't answer my question. You wouldn't invite me.
I like her. And I point at Lotus.
Why
She
the
didn't get an
infirmary?
invite. Huh?
Well, she's like, why the infirmary?
You're gonna see. I promise. It'll all make sense.
Okay.
Yeah. You all continue on, and you get to the big double doors of the infirmary, and they're like propped open, and there's like 20 people all there gathered around in the infirmary. And Twink, you immediately recognize Slay and Eppa, the ministers you talked to the night prior. And with them is Sodden and Fagin and Matthias. And on the other side is Illis and Lorelei and Petrin.
Sox waves to Petrin.
You guys want to sit next to Sodden and fuck with him?
Oh. Right,
No,
can
I
you fuck up
don't.
my presentation. The reason I didn't fucking invite you guys.
Sox,
What have I
I'm
done?
going to be completely well behaved. Sox just
Don't
goes,
worry, Goals is like, what
Ministers?
have I... No, I understand.
Slay is just like, aha, the man of the hour, he's here.
Did not expect such a crowd.
And Sodden goes, well, when I overheard speaking to the other ministers that Twink Tania was going to show off the fruit of its labors, I made certain we would all get to see the result.
Well, I appreciate that. I worked very hard this morning preparing these.
And Fagin's just like, yes, we're all very, very eager to see what you can do.
Well, the first presentation needs to be done outside, so before we enter, might I start us off with that?
And they're all just kind of like, oh, there's like a little murmuring and everything, and Matthias is just like, oh, the doors are that way. That was Scottish.
So close.
The best part is a couple days ago.
The doors are that way.
Cryo, a couple days ago, we were getting lunch, and
I've
he
been
was like,
practicing.
"Yeah, he was like, I got Matthias down."
All right, so he's gonna head outside, and he's gonna kind of like look at Lotus, saying, "Lotus, come here. I'm gonna need your help."
Yes.
They all sort of gather around because like the hallway you were in was on the edge, and you're on the bottom floor, so there's a door out into the courtyard of like the promenade nearby. They all sort of muster their way out. The rest of you are all sort of in the crowd at this point. Socks Petron is kind of like sidled up next to you, and he's like, "What's up?
Hey,
what is this?"
I have no idea. I didn't even know this was happening till this morning.
Oh, okay.
Dormo, the long one, please.
Dormo reaches down, he pulls out like a wrapped package, and he brings it over to Twig. He just like lowers it down to him.
Thank you. This will be the first thing I present, and Slay, I think you'll be quite interested in it. This was created by Master Twink, assisted by Dormo and Huon of Shadesteppe. As I unwrap it, you see it's a gun, but the bottom of the barrel has been sharpened into a glaive.
Oh, you're
that
breaking
extends past
Yeah,
the
we
barrel.
lost you a little bit,
Oh.
but
Sorry. They said when it gets unwrapped, you see like the barrel of a gun, but as it kind of drops down, it extends into a glaive-like blade underneath the barrel, and the blade extends past the barrel. So I kind of hand it over to Lotus, and I'm kind of saying, "All right, here's what you're gonna do." And Dormo's setting up a training dummy for me currently because he knows that's his job.
Mm-hmm.
I say, "I want you to kind of stab into the chest, and then I want you to pull here." And he kind of points at the trigger. 2-step process. Stab in, pull trigger. All right?
Okay.
All right. Okay, as you can tell, I have kind of created this gun blade thing. Doesn't have a name yet. Anyways, Lotus, if you'll do the honors, please. Actually, I need everyone to like clear out like 60 feet behind that thing.
Socks has already pulled Petron back like
The
a good
guards,
bit.
the guards are immediately making everyone over there like break up and everything because they understand what is happening now.
Okay,
Bolus
I
does
think
not
that's good.
understand what's happening, and he's like right in the front lines, like near trying to watch what Lotus is doing.
That should be good. Don't miss Lotus.
Do I stand here or do I go and
Oh,
stab?
you need to go up and stab. Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
gonna walk over.
Matthias just goes, and, put on the show for us, little bird.
Oh, you heard the man.
Okay. And then she's gonna hold the gun with one hand and she's gonna unfurl her wings. Can I spin this?
Not until after you shoot it.
Okay. And then she's just gonna stab and press the trigger.
Yeah, it's easy enough. It's a non-moving target. This blade just shoves right in. Super clean, nice, sharp, fresh blade. And then you pull the trigger. And it's the usual gun sensations that you would feel, Lotus. But you watch as this dummy in front of you, the front of it takes an oomph. But then you can immediately tell that the back of it just explodes into splintering wood out across the promenade.
It's so cool.
Socks in the background just like
Right. So the trick behind it is because I had to make the blade light and balanced, I had to use a lighter material, lighter metal. So I ended up using the ammunition, and the ammunition actually exploded. Balls. I said the ammunition actually breaks up into balls after it impacts. And that's the way that we create the damage with the guns, and I had to make lighter metal. The range on the gun's not great. Sorry, Lotus, but it does
Can I
damage.
spin it now?
You can spin it now.
She spins it and then she uses the blade to cut like the bottom part of the dummy.
Make a dex check.
You gave her a shotgun.
Airburst, actually, from the description.
15.
15, you do a really nice little twirl and then just boom, and it doesn't go all the way clean through the dummy, but it cuts a solid like foot into it.
Great job, Lotus.
It's great.
All right.
There's a little clap from the audience and everything, and Petron just goes, "You said the range isn't great. Maybe we could put something like arrow inside of it and I could get one."
Don't get your hopes up.
I think it'd be neat. Just straightens
You
up.
can try and convince him.
Lotus is gonna skip back over to Dolus and show him the new shiny.
Matthias reaches out the fist. Fist bumps. Fist bumps, yeah.
All right, now Dormo, grab the big one and bring it inside.
Dormo just grabs this big crate and lifts it up, no problem, and just starts walking in with it. Everyone sort of follows you as you go in.
Then I make a path to Harmon's bed.
Okay. Harmon's
And,
sitting there.
say, Harmon.
Aye!
I'm gonna need your help for this one.
I can't be much use to you, lad. I'm stuck here.
I think you'll be just as useful as I need you to be.
Oh, then I'll be perfectly happy to help.
As Dormo sets the crate down, I kind of bang on the side of it and it kind of unfolds and you see a wheelchair.
But he's just like, Sudden's like, I do believe we have seen the likes of this before.
Dormo, put him in the chair.
Dormo comes up and he goes, "Hello, pirate man." Harmon goes, "Ah, a giant. Haven't seen a giant since my third wife. Oh, hello!" And so, like, picks him up. Just sets him in the chair. And Harmon's just like, "Oh, I got wheels!" And he spins around.
And I go, Harmon, just think about where you want to go.
Think about where I want to go. The chair just kind of starts moving underneath him as he's sitting there, and he's like, "Not entirely sure where I want to go. Where do you think I should go?"
Why don't you go to the front door for us?
I think I could do that. And it just kind of goes, and he reaches down to grab the wheels, and then they kind of scrape his hand. He's like, "Ah!" And it
Don't grab
stops.
those.
Oh, okay. He just keeps going.
Dormo, try to knock it over.
But okay.
You won't be able to. Just try.
Boom! And he like brings his whole huge fist onto the side of this thing, and Harmon's like, "Ah!" As it like tilts, and then just cling, cling, cling.
Harmon, think about your gun.
Think about my gun.
And as he just thinks about it, from behind, a gun comes out for him to grab.
He goes, "Oh! I love it!" And he aims, and it kind of is right in the audience, and everyone's like, "Ah!"
I made sure it was empty. I'm not fucking stupid. He's empty.
He's been pulling the trigger.
Like looking at it while pulling it, wondering why it's not fine. This will be good for all three of you ministers. One, for the economy. If you want things like this, which would stir up economy in any certain way, I can import goods like this quite often. Two, for medicine. Anyone that ever loses the use of their legs would be able to use this, and it would be just like they could. Harmon, try to go up those steps.
And Harmon kind of like turns to the steps at the end of the hallway, and he goes, "Yarr!" The chair just like guns it forward. And as it gets to the stairs, right where it would smack in and fall forward and everyone's tense, it just kind of slows down and whoop, and it just kind of starts floating like it's got a rail system. And he goes, "Ah, ha, 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 ha. I don't think I've ever gone upstairs."
Basically, what I'm saying is injured soldiers, as he looks at Slay, injured anyone, as he looks at the madam.
Mm-hmm.
This would be beneficial.
The madam, who kind of sort of caught on a bit to what you were doing as you were working at everything, is just like, oh, yes, it would.
All right, that's it for today.
Ah. And San goes, I must admit, it is impressive. And Fagin goes, what do you mean impressive? Damn right amazing. He goes, if they don't take you on, I will gladly purchase hundreds of these.
Well, you see, as of right now, I'm the only one who knows how to create them. So, I recommend sending some of your artificers to Twink to learn.
Kind of nod, and Madame Ouvert goes, of course, I'm more than happy to sign off on your permit. I have a number of artificers who would be excellent at this, and I believe I have 2 who are already quite interested in your work.
Well, they are assisting on this creation, so they would be a good start.
Dormo's like, hi.
Or put your hand down.
Okay. And Slay's like, I'll sign it. The gun sold me.
I knew it would.
And the third minister, the minister of commerce, is kind of sitting there, and she's like, I see a blunderbuss and a quite impressive, yes, magical wheelchair, but I personally don't think it's quite worth sending away artificers and importing strange things from a country that existed, a week ago.
You, son, would you like to sign it?
Son stands there and he goes, sign what?
I unfold the pieces of paper, the crumpled up paper, and I hand it to him.
He looks over it all and he's like, explosive, corrosive, and toxic.
I can't limit myself to just one or another. Has to be all of them.
I don't quite think, and he starts like lowering the paper, and right as he lowers the paper, Fagin's just like, of course, the Empire could take it instead. Matthias goes, you boy would do well with these. You certainly don't need minister's signatures if you have the prime minister's signature. And he takes the pen and he signs off. Hands it down to you, and he's like, I am quite eager to begin trading with Twink.
I can tell you're thrilled. I appreciate it.
Socks kind of elbows Petron and was like, that's the most pain I've seen in him.
Petron's like, yeah, you thought it would have hurt him more when the grenade went off at his feet, but no, it really seems like
what?
it's this. Oh, that's right! You had turned into a wolf and passed out. Yeah, no, a bomb went off. 2, actually, I think.
Socks just like, oh, okay, and just reaches in his bag and takes out the holy water, completely forgetting about everything that happened.
And that's, they all sort of start breaking up and this and that, and Sutton's like, we'll see you all at the conference in only a few minutes. And he leaves and he walks away. And Madame Ouvert and Slay are there with you, and Slay's just like, very excited to see what this does for us. He gives you a little salute as he walks off, and Madame Ouvert goes, I do love creation so much.
I appreciate the use of the forge, by the way.
Of course, anything to see such a unique display. You are truly talented. Whoever taught you
May or may not be out of Dunamancy scrolls. Just FYI.
Well, Sodden has already signed the scroll, so she kind of like walks away in shock now,
Socks is
thinking
like,
about that.
Socks walks up, like, finishing downing, because I think we said it was 2 points on a voluntary. So he downs enough to rid himself of 2 points.
That's all of your remaining holy water, and I'm gonna need you to roll 4d4s.
4.
Yep.
4 d4s.
Yep.
That's 16 damage.
I thought it was I thought it was diluted, so it would just come down to 2. Shit.
It's diluted in the effect. It's not diluted in how it hurt.
Cool.
If you
cool,
recall.
Cool. So 1, 2, 3, and 2. So 4, 7, 8.
Take 8 damage. You take 8 heat damage. So you all watch as Socks is finishing downing this flask, and his throat is red, and he's just like, so hang on.
Madam, madam.
Yes.
I believe you said that maybe I would be able to speak with some of your alchemists.
Oh, so the tools will be delivered to you. Of course. Not a problem. A basic kit. So all I have to think about cost. Something I possibly should have been considering this morning.
I'm more than willing to compensate for the tools.
Oh, it's not the tools are very cheap. I'm not worried about them. I'm worried about other costs. She kind of like ends the conversation by like looking at the floor and walking away.
Looks at Twink and goes, "It's a hell of a show."
Thanks, buddy. It's been a hell of a morning. God, getting all that done this morning was rough.
Got a new weapon.
Yeah, that didn't help at all. Thanks for adding that to my to-do list.
You're welcome.
I really wanted to throw berries at Sodden.
Harmon is doing wheelies behind you guys as this is happening.
When did you come up with that?
I've been thinking about it for a few years, Friend. He's kind of been like hobbling around for a few. I just always got worried what he'd do if he could stop walking. So this is what I came up with.
It's damn impressive. I mean, through and through. You thought of everything.
That's just version 1.0. I mean, there's still things to be, I don't know, enhanced.
Harmon just stops suddenly near you and goes, "Can it float?
Why don't you try?
Where's the water?"
Why don't you go? You can go anywhere you want.
Like out the door. And Eggold laying there in the bed is just like, "You've created a monster. I want you to know this."
I'm not sure it can float, Eggold.
Oh. Oh no. And Eggold just kind of starts laughing.
Socks looks at Eggold and goes, "Well, you're not dead. Lovely to see you again."
Oh yeah. He says, "Hi Socks, hi Lotus.
Hello.
Good to see you guys.
I'm glad you and Harmon are all right.
Oh, I mean, Harmon seems to be in good spirits now that he can go anywhere and magically summon his gun to his fingertips. I'm sure that's not going to go negatively at all.
No, I mean, it's not magical. He has to put the gun in there.
Oh, it's like a holster.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't just create guns.
Be awesome.
Yeah, Lorelai would steal it from him.
Without a doubt.
She goes,
Like Reaper from Overwatch.
I would. Lotus mutters that in the corner. Like Reaper from Overwatch.
Socks turns, continues talking to Eggold, and he's like, "We explored the wreckage today. Still no sign of Walk."
It's odd. He doesn't really go off the boat too frequently.
Unless he's further down than we got. I don't think he was there.
He's a pretty big guy. He would have gone pretty deep, but I don't know. Maybe he was elsewhere. Maybe he wanders up to the dock tonight after a day and a half of heavy drinking and is confused. I don't know.
I'm sure he's alright. I hope.
Yeah, well, I mean, Harmon's legs are broken, the ship sunk, I died, and Lotus beat the crap out of everybody on the top of that ship. By the way, kid, if you are as strong as you were, then wow.
I'd like to think that I'm strong.
Oh, and he goes, by the way, and he pulls out Archibald's sketchbook and he goes, I don't want to keep holding on to this.
Socks is like, wait, was that Archibald's?
Goes in Lotus's bag.
Lotus?
Like, okay, awesome.
Was that Archibald's? Okay, take good care of it.
Of course. Fellas, look at my gun.
Oh, yes. Don't point that at me, please.
Oh, that's fine. It's still loaded.
Hey, it has a blade.
If you're worried about her accidentally stabbing you, we need to have a conversation.
No. I don't want her to get accustomed to pointing it at people.
Pretty sure that's the whole point.
I mean, in a casual setting.
Right. Gun safety.
I'm gonna put it so I now have 3 weapons on my back.
Eggold is like, I didn't go out because I didn't want to, but I watched from the window and that looked pretty cool. Is all of Twinktania gonna get one of those?
Are you a part of Twinktania, Eggold?
I mean, I'm on Lorelai's ship and she's an admiral.
Well, we're gonna have to make that official then, aren't we?
I have to sign anything?
I might have to sign something.
Okay.
He could be the Duke of Death. He is the only one of us who's died, I think.
I guess.
Eggold's just like, wow, okay, that's dark, Socrates, but
Better than Duke of Egg.
I like
The eggs
Duke
are
of Egg.
delicious.
Lorelai's
Yeah,
like,
that's
true.
not very delicious.
Lorelai was off to the door talking to the Westwood representative for a little bit. And she comes back, she's like, so, the gang's all here except for, the one who's probably throwing himself into the harbor.
Definitely throwing himself.
Yeah, I gotta
into
find
the
out
water.
if that thing floats. And I gotta walk over to the window, and then realize I can't see out of it, and get real sad.
Dolus is just like, as Lorelai walks up, he's like, "Oh, we recovered a lot of your weaponry from your quarters."
Oh, really?
Yes.
How many?
24.
She goes, oh gosh, thank you. That's probably about all.
They're all
Safe.
yes.
Glances back between the two of you, just like, okay, well, that was eerie and clearly hiding something, but yes, safe. Safe is good. As long as I get them all back.
Right. When would you like them?
Whenever, really, I suppose.
Well, I don't think you want them now, because I don't know if you want to carry 24 weapons with you.
Just, good point. I mean, Socrates could carry them for me.
Good.
Socks goes, I am not here to be volunteered right now.
Oh, Socks. And she gives you
No,
like
you're
a face.
being
He did a pretty good job of grabbing them.
Oh.
All right.
I lost all of that.
Everyone spoke at once.
Yeah.
Okay. Lotus first, real quick.
I don't think you're being volunteered. I think you're being voluntold.
Okay, that's what I thought you said. Mara.
He did a pretty good job of grabbing them.
Okay, now Ian, go, because yours is the one that's going to continue the conversation.
Lorelai,
Yes.
what's the word on the boat?
Word on the boat is there is a shipyard with a nearly complete schooner already and all purchased on behalf of a conglomerate fund put together by the conference on behalf of the poor Twinktanians whose ship was destroyed in a terror attack.
Yeah, they'll be giving us all their money soon, those fucking dickheads.
Petrin right there is just like...
Sock's like borderline chokes because he's just like, that came out of nowhere.
Lorelai just kind of crosses her arms. She's like, it's probably going to be ready sometime in the next 2 weeks. The bad news is it's not in Minori.
Where is
It's
it?
in the shipyard in the northeast. About a 4 days ride.
Okay, well,
Hmm.
I feel like it'd be just a lot easier to bring it here. I'll talk to someone.
Okay. We'll see.
Apparently, there's a thing at noon. Some
Yeah, I
conference.
kind of gotta get going.
Wow.
You go. We'll find something to do.
All right.
Eggled in the bed goes, can you find something to do somewhere else? I've got kind of a post-mortem headache.
Oh, we were going to invite you to drink tonight.
No, I don't want to drink.
Thank
I
you.
don't want to. No.
Not you.
He's gotta like, no, I please don't. please get out.
All
You
right.
all walk
and-
out of the
Yeah.
you all
as we're
kind of
walking
walk out of the infirmary before you could do anything else in front of the window. Just Harmon just, I don't know where the harbor is.
just shit flies by like full on Doppler effect.
Just,
I don't know where the harbor is.
and on that note, we're gonna say as you leave the infirmary, that's where we're gonna end the session today.
I don't know where the harbor is.
I don't know. where
That
the-
is a great way to end the session, actually.
Yeah.
Like we've been going for I've been trying to find a good spot to stop here for a little bit. We've been going for a bit of time, but it was very fun. Don't worry, guys. Just remember everything you wanted to do because we can pick up right there because there's still a whole day left. Oh yes.
I wanted to point out we didn't see steps 2 and 3 of the performance.
I know.
Oh,
No.
They
There were
failed!
jazz hands and confetti.
No, it 100% happened, just nobody saw.
everybody else was looking
somewhere. Yeah.
elsewhere.
Yeah.
There's a spattering of confetti outside.
Outside on the
Oh,
hospital.
please tell me it's inside and on Eggle's bed.
Oh, it'll get there eventually. It's confetti.
Yes.
All right. Thanks everyone for watching. This was Starlost Seas. We're here every Monday. You could also listen to us on podcast. And yeah,
We didn't
Have a
get
great day.
attacked today.
it was a normal
Bye.
day.
Bye,
Yeah.
everybody.